Oh, well. We should probably just what?
Probably just start the show.
Yes.
Okay. So, hello, peoples. It's
Hello.
It's been
me.
forever.
I don't know what you're talking about. We've uploaded a video every week since
Oh, yeah.
for the past 5 years.
Yep, that's
I don't
that's
know.
what it was. Yep.
Yep. That was done.
Yep.
Or I have on my channel. Just JoJo memes, though.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, my channel has been nothing but stupid for honor memes for a little bit, so I mean.
Oh, well. No one cares about those.
No.
You pull in the views with JoJo memes,
Yep.
idiot.
That's what we do. Okay.
Actually, have I sent you the doorbell one?
No, you haven't. But can we
It's
please?
at 100K. It's at 100K.
That's great. But we have
I know,
we have to
right?
talk about the purse owners.
Anyway, yeah, Persona 5.
That's
That's a really good game.
Yep, that is a really good game.
It's a really good game. Okay,
so-
it's done. Goobies.
Yeah, goodbye, done video.
Yep.
Okay, so now, before we get into the game, or get into talking about the game at least, we should probably say there's going to be a shit ton of spoilers in this. If you're
Spoiler
listening
for
to
everything.
this. Yes.
5, 4, and 3, probably.
Yeah, probably a lot of that.
Probably.
Mainly because I
Eventually, it'll get there eventually.
yeah,
At least.
I compare a lot of Persona 5 to 4, and like once or twice I'll be like, oh yeah, this kind of reminds me of 3.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
really.
I mean, we're gonna have to talk about the final bosses for everything.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's start off with the beginning of the game. Thankfully, I've started.
Hold on. I was gonna start off. Which one? Like, what's your order?
With
Worst to best.
Oh, worst to best.
What's your favorite?
Okay, worst to best is 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Simple. Same.
Yeah. Like 4 is fantastic. Do not get me wrong. I absolutely love that game. It made me feel much better about myself just like playing through the game. But I honestly think 5 is a better game mechanically.
Yeah. 5 it seems like better in every way.
Yeah.
They've improved every detail, so
Yeah.
it's like it's the best of everything.
Mhm. And
So,
it had
yep.
better twists. Like the story for 4 and 5 are both fantastic, but I honestly like 5 more just because there was more of an impact on like a big society thing over like a little group of people in a small city. Suddenly,
I guess.
fate of the world out of nowhere.
I guess. I don't know, because 5 seemed like one you could see coming more. Its story thing, you could easily see it coming, but
Are you trying to make a joke there?
oh fuck, no, I wasn't. Anyway, 5's thing was predictable, but 4's completely 4's was a lot more difficult to see.
Oh yeah, with like
Because there was no spoilers. There was no moment in Persona 4 where I was like, oh, obviously it's Akechi. Or, fuck me.
Yes.
No, Adachi. There was no moment in Persona 4 where it's like, oh, it's Adachi. They literally just said it's Adachi because this stupid, huge, obvious thing just happened. But in Persona 5, there was that thing where it's like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
the pancakes.
now I know that it's Akechi. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, no.
So the entire game of Persona 5, I know who it is. But the entire game of Persona 4, it's more like a mystery. So it's like, fuck, who is it?
Yeah, you had to like really.
And I
think
like
about
that
what
more.
Naoto said. It's like Naoto said, it had to be someone who was with every single suspect. Oh no, sorry, every victim. Sorry, every single victim had to be someone who could get into the police or like what was it? Like get information from the police. I forget what it was. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And then there was a third one that I'm actually forgetting here completely. But
I don't remember.
You had to pay
Yeah.
a lot of attention to what she had said.
You had to pay close attention. And even when Naoto was like saying, like, I don't know, there's something nagging on me that doesn't quite make sense. Like, you have to fucking pay attention.
Yeah.
Because there is no way. Like, when I was about to choose Adachi, I didn't have any evidence.
Yeah, no.
I didn't have anything in my mind. Naoto was the one with the evidence. I was just like, I don't know, it seems he fits it too well.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I got spoiled. But before I got
did.
spoiled, he was literally my only suspect.
Okay.
But I had no evidence, so. But yeah, Akechi is like, oh, pancakes. Who said pancakes? The one person he couldn't fucking hear.
Yeah.
So, shit. I know who it is.
I mean, it is kind of done subtly enough where, like, if you're not paying full attention to, like, who said what, then...
They do, like, draw a lot of attention to it. Like, there's a whole pause. There's, like everyone... You know what? The problem is that everybody that's standing there reacts to it. When he says pancakes, they all look over like, what the hell are you talking about? None of us said pancakes. And that gives it away real hard. If he just said something about pancakes and they sort of like if everyone else in the room also didn't really quite notice that something was wrong, then maybe it would have been harder. But as far as I can tell, everyone I've talked to has already, like, the instant that happens, they know.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah,
which is kind of like, kind of lame.
But it's also because, like, nowadays if you just...
But it also fits.
Yeah, but nowadays if you just, like, look up YouTube and search up Akechi, all you're gonna see is pancakes. And if you hadn't played the game yet, that immediately spoils it for you. Thankfully,
yeah.
I was already far enough
even if
in
a
the game.
picture's not a spoiler, it's like if it says pancakes and Akechi, you're gonna be paying attention enough to ruin it.
Yeah. But yeah, so you're done with that part now, like saying like what game was the best.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start off from the beginning of the game. Actually, since I'm playing a new game, plus I have a little bit more of a fresher memory on how the game started than you did.
I lent it to a friend, and they're playing it, so I don't have it with me.
Yeah. Although I will admit, I did skip a lot of the cutscenes because I'm like, okay, I've already seen this. Whatever, fuck off. A lot of like stuff in the intro, I just. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, I'm talking like after the flash forward. Like I'm talking the very first flashback of the game when you're being escorted around to the school and shit. That felt like really. How do I put this? Really kind of forced. Because it's like, hi, we're all a bunch of main characters that you're all gonna know and like either love or hate. Like there's never just like generic people around. It's the principal. It's Kamoshida. It's Kawakami. And then, like, 5 minutes later, you meet An and Ryuji.
Like, yeah, I suppose. But, like, I don't know. I liked it better than... I don't know. But it was more streamlined than Persona 4. So it got to the point faster.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you have these, like, 10 hours you're playing the game. Nothing's even fucking happened yet. But... they just got to the point faster, which is good, I suppose.
I suppose it is good, but it's also like I kind of liked how 4 handled it more.
Shit's gonna be weird no matter what. I don't know.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, what was your favorite palace?
My favorite palace.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I mean that. I mean palace. I don't mean anything after those points. If you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Well,
what? No, I don't know what you mean.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers right off the get-go, but...
Well, why would you?
Okay, fair enough. So when I mean palaces, I mean everything save for mementos.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember, like, having one palace that I specifically cared for over another. I really like the palaces in general more than in any other game, because, you know, they're, like, unique and good.
3 was essentially just Diablo, how it handled it, and 4 was a little more linear, but I did like the theming for all the characters and stuff.
In 4, you had tile set changes, and that's about it.
Yeah, really.
Like, in 3, you barely even had that.
Nope, you actually didn't, unless you're in Mementos.
No, the tile set did change. The colors of the walls and the patterns did change, but not a whole lot. So... there's that. And it, I really like the palaces, but I don't remember there being one that I especially liked. I remember there being ones that I hated because they're so fucking long that I could never get through them.
You're talking about Okumura.
Fuck, which one's
Okumura was Haru's father.
Yes, that one was so goddamn long.
Yeah. No, I get that. For me, my favorite was Madarame's. I like the idea
Monoramas was good.
Going into the paintings, going out of doing the puzzles, and then there was like the laser systems where you would just hold X and just run through and do a bunch of cool shit. Like, it didn't make me feel like a badass, but I got to see Joker be a badass, and that's cool enough for me.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember.
Actually, I remember liking the casino because there was always like it was a long one, but there was always some. New weird mechanic. Goal. There was something to do.
Yeah.
Like it didn't seem dragged out. You were always doing something new. I remember liking the casino.
Yeah. Well, they had new mechanics like every other part of that dungeon. Like one, you had to get more chips so you could buy a key to the next floor, or there was one where you had to play all these mini games to get those chips, and you could do it in a variety of ways.
Yeah, they were throwing a lot of cool new stuff at you. So yeah, I remember liking that palace actually.
Yeah. So. Fuck, I want to get back to going to the beginning of the game. So we're talking about Kamoshida's palace right now. How did you feel about the build-up for that one?
What do you mean, for Kamoshida?
Yeah. Because I felt that was really just kind of lackluster. Like, I know his shadow is supposed to be like, here's all the flaws right out the get-go, like every shadow ever. But I kind of feel like the build-up for him and his shadow and his palace in general was kind of weak.
Well, I mean, you kind of, because of the way that they, like I said, they don't have the 10-hour build-up of, like, hey, we're going to get to Personas one day. Because they don't have that and they just sort of throw you into one immediately, they kind of have to jump into Kamoshida without any sort of build-up at all. Yeah. It's just like, hey, I'm a creepy guy. This seems weird. And then you go and it's like, hey, all that weird stuff, it's confirmed instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
They did what they could. They gave you the moment where he pulls up, and that was all the time you had to gather that he was a creepazoid. And then it's instantly confirmed.
He's being nice to you and An, and then Ryuji's like, that guy's a creeper, and we're supposed to assume that he's...
I don't know, I thought it was creepy before Ryuji even showed up. I was like, something's weird here.
Yeah. That was one of the cutscenes I skipped in my New Game Plus, so maybe he is way creepier than I remember.
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that I could ever say that made that scene uncomfortable is when An looks down and away.
Yeah. Well, it's like she doesn't actually really want to.
She feels uncomfortable, but like
it's like I'm gonna pull up and offer these kids a ride, but only the girl though.
Well, no,
like oh wait, hold on a minute. There's a guy there too. Hey, I'm not being creepy. You want a ride? No, good.
Good. Actually,
bye.
Have you seen the animation if Persona 5 was realistic?
No.
It's a pretty good animation. I'll talk about it really quickly. Pretty much Kamoshida is just really creepy and keeps talking about molestation. And when Ryuji and Akira, we're gonna call him Akira, when they both beat the shit out of him in the jail cell, and they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" He's like, "Oh no, please don't molest me." He's like spreading his legs and making it really fucking creepy and awkward.
Okay.
It's super dumb.
Sure.
You gotta watch
whatever that video is.
Yep. I'll link it to you. Anyway.
Anyway, Akira, hold up there. Yeah. We're not talking about Jinpachi Ramasama?
Nope. No Jinpachi Ramasama.
Yeah, so, just to say it again, I started with Kenpachi Ramasama in Persona 4, and then his descendant, Heihachi Ramasama, for Persona 3, and then it developed into Jinpachi Ramasama for P5.
Oddly enough.
What did you name your gang, by the way?
Oh, I called them the Payday Crew.
Oh, right. God damn it. Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah,
mine was the God Hand.
Yeah. I mean, yours is like really realistic and cool. Mine's just kind of goofy and funny.
Payday Crew. Yep. Hawk's Delicious.
Yep. Then all the hostages start dancing. Oh, boy. Anyways, so let's talk about the Kamoshida boss fight. How'd you feel about that one? Like, for
Christ, you're really going in a straight line here.
I'm trying to.
Why? I don't remember.
It was a really easy one. It's when he's like the big imp thing.
I like that they add in the starting at the earliest bits is making it so it's like start with the shit that I remember the least. I don't fucking know.
Okay, well he was the big pink.
I have a picture of him in my head. I remember finding him.
Yeah. He wasn't that difficult.
It.
Like honestly, I feel like out of all the bosses,
he's just a boss.
He does what he does as the very first serious boss. He's there.
He did his job.
Yeah, he did his job. He's super easy though. There's like nothing that you can really do to lose to him.
Maybe the fact that I don't remember shit is means something.
Yeah.
Like who did you send to do the whatever? Because I almost thought that would mean something or have an effect, but I don't know if it does.
I honestly
because I don't remember any point where I sent someone out to do something and they failed.
No, I think it's really just to hear like different audio cues and stuff like that. Because in the last boss fight, I sent Haru, and she said a couple things. I'm like, okay, cool, that's it. But with Kamoshida, I think I sent Morgana or Ryuji. I'm pretty sure I sent one of those two because... No, it would have been Ryuji because I always have Morgana as my healer at that point.
I feel like it might have been.
I don't think An has healing at that point.
It definitely wasn't An that I sent out. But yeah, it was either Ryuji or Morgana. Goddamn, I don't remember.
Yeah, so that mechanic is really interesting and cool, but I feel like it doesn't really add much. It's just like we're gonna take away one of your teammates for 3 turns. Survive. That's
yeah,
the
it's a
challenge.
different. It's like again, it's a way to mix things up so that it's not just like here, do a turn-based thing against the boss for fucking like an hour. It's there's actually like some sort of something going on.
Actually, I saw.
It feels more dynamic, I suppose.
Yeah, I saw a video of what happens when you don't send out one of your opponent or one of your teammates for size boss fight, and pretty much Futaba just pisses her off. Like she.
Oh
she,
yeah,
she
no,
calls her
I
a
saw
cheater.
the video. It was if you go in solo against Sai,
Oh,
then
is that what it was?
Futaba just yells at her. Like there's nothing else can really happen.
Because you can't
Futaba
do it
just
'cause you
yells
can't
at
be
her a lot.
distracted. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we're done with Kamoshida. We pretty much talked about what we need to with him.
Yeah.
So I can't really think of like the build up to Madarame. It's honestly been too long since, unlike you, I played the game straight for a bit and then just stopped for like 2 or 3 months.
I played straight through the game. Didn't really play anything but Persona 5
Yeah,
for quite a while.
for me, I had a bunch of pre-orders, so I was like jumping between games a lot. I still am to this day.
A lot of games came out this year, man.
Oh man, yeah.
A lot of fucking games.
Danganronpa comes out in fuck 3.
It comes out next week.
No, shut up. I was gonna say certain amount of days, not to date the video, but
Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have it pre-ordered. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would have to, like, if anything, when it comes out, I'll just buy the second one and just play that one.
Fair enough.
Because I haven't played the second one.
Good enough. So back to Persona.
Persona is a game.
Yep.
I like. What do you think of Mementos? Because
Mementos are a cool idea. I like it.
It's cool, but like I don't know. I don't know if it even had to fucking be there because like it has the same. It's basically Tartarus, and
Yeah,
it works the same way.
That's exactly
in
what I
every
was
way.
going to say. It is Tartarus and it is the TV world. If you just go back to the dungeons and
It's like, oh, you need more. You need like since we can't make these dungeons long enough to like account for. Like, we can't make them the same way we make Persona 3 and 4 dungeons. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So they have a whole separate area that's like, okay,
you know
this
what I would
has
have
to
actually
be
really liked to have seen,
like this.
but this would probably have delayed the game even further. Is if instead of being unable to go to those palaces altogether, you go to the ruined versions of them and you fight like the same personas you had fought before, but you go like either. Depending on how the dungeon worked, you either go up when you would normally would have went down, or you go down when you would normally would have went up. So with Kamoshida's, you would have went further into the dungeons and into the jail cells and stuff, and you would have found like stronger personas to fight at that point. That way, you could gain stronger personas as well as grind experience instead of going to Mementos because
not having to bullshit a whole new system just for that.
Yeah.
Just for that purpose, like just do it in the places that we already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I like
but,
Mementos. There's absolutely a great reason for it to be there, which is like the slow build up to getting to the core of the world and finding the thing that I will not talk about just yet. But you having that build up right there throughout the entire game, it's like, well, why the fuck did we go to Mementos? There's no point. Except every time that I beat a dungeon, I would just go straight to the next level of Mementos. I would just go all the way to the bottom and be like, okay, I'm done, good, moving on.
Yeah, every time I would just in the beginning, like I would just start fighting through. I was fighting through Mementos because I didn't quite realize yet what it was. But after a floor or two, it's like, oh, this is what this is. And then every floor of Mementos, I just sprint through it to get to the ending so that I can get all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, that's...
So then when what's-his-face requests that I kill someone or whatever, change someone's heart,
yeah,
then I can just go straight to it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. Later on, like once I got like halfway through Mementos, I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm done with this shit. This is getting boring.
Actually, the best part of Mementos is that when you're walking around, the party members talking to each other,
yes.
which I really like.
The one thing I dislike about that though is if you open a door or activate a chest
every single action interrupts it.
Yeah, so like someone will make a comment and you're waiting to hear the witty remark from like Yusuke or something, and then it just cuts out because you opened a door.
Mm-hmm.
Or even,
that fucking sucks.
Yeah, like I'd be being chased by a shadow, and I'm like, okay, cool, they're making a funny joke. I need to get through this door. It cuts out, and I'm like, damn it, I wanted to hear the joke. Eventually, I would hear.
I really like
but
that though, like having people interact,
Mhm.
the party interacting with each other. Because fucking Persona, it's always just the main character
Yeah.
and the side characters interacting. There's not always enough of the side
know.
characters interacting with one another.
I don't know. I would actually say there's a lot of that throughout the series. Like with Persona 3, there was a lot of Ken and Shinji. There was a lot of Akihiko and Mitsuru.
There was a lot of Akihiko and Mitsuru.
There was a lot.
I don't remember a whole lot of Ken and Shinji.
Ken and Shinji was because, like, oh, Shinji got my mom killed. I'm so mad. Like,
Well, I mean, everyone just fucking hated Ken. So,
I
yeah, I don't remember.
no, no, actually,
I didn't listen to shit he said.
there's a lot of people who played P3P as the female character just to romance Ken.
Wait, Ken's a kid, right?
Yep, you can romance him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Japan, that's why.
Mm.
Anyways, and then in Persona 4, you had Yosuke and Chie, Chie and Yukiko.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. People have their matchups, but there aren't like
Group.
it's not. There's not like a whole lot of like crossover. It's like, what does Kanji think about Yukiko? I don't fucking know.
I think
I have no fucking clue.
I think he actually calls her adorable at one point because she's like
Does he?
she's like very graceful and stuff, and like I'm pretty sure he makes mention of that at least once.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what the hell Naoto thinks of Yusuke. Like,
Yusuke?
again, like there are certain, like everyone has their matchups, but there's not. They don't cross over enough. Like everyone
Yeah, no.
doesn't have a relationship with everyone. Everyone has a relationship with like one or two other characters,
Yeah.
but they don't all have. It doesn't really seem like a true group.
Yeah, it's
Like
too. few
there's
and
just
far between.
mutual friends.
Yeah. But yeah, as you said, it's too few and far between. But yeah, here in Persona 5, it's a little more prominent, which is great.
Yeah, which is why I like those lines in Mementos, because like, okay, how do Haru and Yosuke interact? Like,
Yeah.
do they at any other point in that game? I don't think they do.
I think here and there, but mostly for.
I don't think Haru says a whole lot of anything. Actually, by the way, I never did her S-Link because I didn't have the proficiency.
I maxed it out. I romanced Haru, actually. I think she's
Damn it.
absolutely adorable in the later parts of the game.
When people say she's best girl, like, I can't even say anything because
Yeah.
I wasn't able to fucking talk to her.
See, a lot of people actually, and oh god, we're getting into the waifu war.
We'll
but
get there.
I think we're getting into it right now. So when people say like Makoto is best girl, I absolutely agree because she is
Yes.
absolutely flawless, and
That's
makes her
correct.
boring.
Fuck you.
I find it boring because she's absolutely flawless. The only negative she
She's
does
too
have,
perfect.
exactly, like everything about her is super stylized and cool, but there's no negatives to her at all. You know, like
Well,
personality
there
wise,
you go.
yes, there's like she feels what's the word I'm looking for? She feels like she's lesser in compared to her sister. She feels like she was a slave to people because she just did as they told. And she also feels like she's not good enough in some instances. Sure, there's all that, but it's also the fact that like, no, she is. She's actually better than everyone ever. It's
She also gets pushed like real hard by the story in
yeah,
story
yeah,
sequences.
in, like the
it's
animated
it's
cutscenes.
definitely the canon couple.
Yeah, remember in Futaba's dungeon when, like, at the top, like, the pyramid's falling apart because the Sphinx is there, and immediately Akira, protagonist man, goes straight for Makoto, and it's like,
Runs
okay.
straight for Makoto.
What if I had romanced On way earlier?
That was the thing when we were going through. When we were in Futaba's house or whatever, and Makoto was being all adorable and things were happening there. I was like, oh, that's really cool that the game was dynamic, and they noticed that I was romancing Makoto above all others. So that's real nice that they made it be her. And then I find out, like, no, they didn't.
No.
It was just going to be Makoto no matter what. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Because
So if you liked other girls, fucking kill yourself. Makoto's the best, you're wrong.
So earlier in the game, I was indecisive between who I was going to choose as the waifu. Mainly because like I could have just done a no waifu playthrough, but I'm like, well, every game they give you something for New Game Plus, so I've got to do it this time.
Yeah.
And I was choosing between Hifumi and Haru, and they're both really
Hifumi.
good characters.
Hifumi's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember dating Hifumi in.
I got
White.
to fucking. I ran out of time and I was only able to get to 9. with Hifumi.
That sucks.
Fucked it up.
I forgot what her 10 actually is. I remember her.
I don't remember.
What kind of sucks though is when you beat the game and she gives you an item, it only works for one of her skills, which is the ability to escape any battle, just in general.
Yeah, I feel like the end game items that they give you aren't actually,
But-
or at least as far as I remember, they weren't actually very good.
Mishima's is good. It's
Yeah, Mishima's, doesn't it just give you every single ability he has?
every single
God
experience
damn,
upgrade.
that's so
And
good.
It's like, why would I? Oh my god, why
Thank
would I
God,
not do this?
Thank God I never have to talk to Mishima again. I fucking hate him.
Oh, he's so mean. He's such a good guy.
He's such a fucking loser. I hate him so much. He's a punk.
He's the player character. Not the player. He's the player put into the game because he's just the guy in the background.
I hate him. I don't.
There's-
I hated him the entire time. I just like begrudgingly did one of his S-Links, and then I saw that it's all XP related. I was like, shit. I have to fucking deal with this.
Hey, you know
loser.
who's S-Link I didn't even touch? The fortune teller.
Yeah, I barely did the fortune teller at all. I think the people that stayed at literally rank 1, there was the fucking shit. What's his name? The diplomat, the guy.
Yeah.
The guy that stands on the soapbox or
Yeah,
whatever.
I know you're talking about the.
Yeah, him and also
senator.
the kid that plays the arcade game.
Yeah, you know, I missed both of them. Actually, I started leveling up the kid later on because I didn't even know he existed until like really late game.
Yeah, me too.
And then I learned like one or two of his abilities. I'm like, oh, okay, these are kind of cool. Like these are good. I like them. It's just
Yeah, I
that, like,
remember
it's a little
unlocking
late.
one and being like, hey, those are good, but I'm busy with all these other people.
Yeah. Like going back to the fortune teller, the whole reason I didn't go to her is because 1, she stole my money. 2, she gave me rock. And 3, eventually I was talking to a friend of mine and he goes, "Oh yeah, she's pretty much useless." I mean, like, well, what do you mean? It's like, "Oh, well, what you do is you go to her every day, and she goes, you get this this arcana better." And it's like, really? That's all it is. Like, she helps you get your other social links up. If I think.
Yeah, as far as I remember, it's like days where like you're not able to get to a certain person. She can increase your shit with that person.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's really good if I'm grinding a very specific person, but the way I play the game is kind of like how I live my normal life. If someone's busy, I don't fuck with them. Like they're doing their thing. I'm not going to interrupt them.
No, I need to talk to Makoto every single day. I need to max her as soon as possible.
That was actually one of the things. Is the same friend that I was talking about just now? They romanced Makoto as well, and they ended up spending a couple of days just dating her. And I'm like, why would you do that? That's such a waste of opportunity to get like social links with other characters or items or skills.
That's
like,
the thing. I did that in Persona 4 because I didn't realize how the game worked
Yeah,
entirely,
I
so
get
I didn't think it would be like this mad dash to S-Link every single person.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent like a whole week just going out with Chie and not realizing how much time I was fucking wasting.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think I did that like once or twice with a Yumi, and then I saw like I wasn't getting anything out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, and I just moved on. So
Yeah.
essentially, the whole point of the waifu war is get a waifu and then ignore her completely.
Yep. Well, the ending bit that they do with all of your waifus in this game is really, really good.
Yeah, I heard there's a scene that you get if you choose to romance every possible female. And
Well, I don't think it's any different. I think it's just slightly more drawn out.
oh no,
like-
I mean like instead of you just doing the date with the one, all of them show up at your house at the same time.
Wait, what are you talking about?
If-
How many did you romance?
Just one, just Haru. I'm saying
Whoa! Wait, so you didn't get the cutscene?
No, I saw that it was on YouTube. I didn't watch the video because I hadn't beaten the game yet, but I saw a video and it showed Akira standing on one side of the room, and it was all the female cast inside of LeBlanc.
Wait, so you didn't get anything even similar to that? Nobody showed up.
I got Haru to show up, just Haru.
Okay, well that's the thing is that scene is the same no matter what. Like it'll put you and it'll put whoever else you romance.
Yeah. I know.
Like so that can be full or it could be only like one person. That's all. That's the difference.
Okay.
Like it's not a different cutscene. It's like you have to go through everyone saying their line. If you only have romance one other person, only one other person is going to be there, and they're the only one that's going to say their line. But it's not going to really be any different between all or only one or two. It's just how full the room is.
Okay. Because all I saw
Yeah.
was the thumbnail for that video, and it was on in in text box saying "you son of a bitch." And that's really it. I thought that was
Yeah.
amusing. I want to see that video now, though. I want to see it for myself.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Yeah,
no.
it's all right. Well, yeah. As far as I remember, I think Anne was actually the only person that showed up at mine because it was Anne. Yeah, I did it with Makoto, and Anne showed up afterward, but because like I said, like I was one short of Hifumi.
I love how you pronounce it the actual English way instead of the way everyone else pronounces it in the game.
On. So many of these fucking we need to talk about that. By the way, I forgot. All of these names are so fucked up. I don't know what the hell they're doing or why. Like, just say Anne. Just say Makoto.
Yeah.
Just say what's Ryuji's name? Sakamoto.
Yeah, I believe so.
Every time they're saying Sakamoto.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you saying Sakamoto? What the fuck do you think this is? Are you just gonna say Perusona?
Yeah.
Like Perusona. Shut up.
No,
Just say
okay.
Sakamoto. Just say it the English way.
It's
fuck you.
weird because there's it's Makoto and Haru calls her Mako-chan.
That's fine. You can call her Mako.
You can? Okay, I didn't know if it was Mako or like Mako.
I don't know. I didn't study Japanese
Makoto,
enough. I fucking
so-
speak Korean.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I
But
think
yeah,
that-
I remember that being really, really fucking annoying. Because, Kamoshida, I think he was like Kamoshida.
Yeah.
They said they fucked every name
No,
up
no.
anytime they got the opportunity.
No, Kamoshida. They say Kamoshida.
I don't remember how fucked up this was.
Madarame,
I feel like
they say
I remember.
Madarame, because the way I'm pronouncing
Madarame
it is the
yeah.
way that I've been hearing it throughout the 110 hours I played this game.
Yeah, no, most of mine are like I'm just saying it the way that
They say,
it's
yeah.
that I say it in my head. I think they would say Ann Takamaki and not Takamaki.
I think the way.
Anytime there was something like they would try and say the word comma, and they said that every time, and they would always fuck it up in that dumb way. Like just do it the English way, okay? Yeah. Listen, you're speaking English, just do it the English way. Fuck them.
Yeah, like Japan have English, so do we have a what would we even call that? A Japanese? I think I've lost you.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying like with the Japanese when they try to speak English, they have English.
I can't come up with a word.
Yeah. I think Japanese is pretty good. I don't know. It sounds good to me.
I don't think it is.
Shut up.
Nope.
Okay, so
there's Okumura instead of just Okamura. That was one too.
Oh yeah, that's one that I've been pronouncing as Okumura. Yeah.
Just say Okamura. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just say
I'll try
Okamura.
to, but I'm gonna forget. Anyways, so back.
It's so stupid.
We should probably get back onto the original
What were we
train
talking
had.
about?
We're on
Waifus.
Well, we were on waifus, but we should go back to Madarame's palace.
Waifu train never stops.
Yep. There's no more tracks though. Anyways, so Madarame's palace. I said I absolutely loved that one. I loved how even though I don't really feel like I was really in control, that it was a very cinematic palace because you're dodging lasers and cool shit.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That was actually the first dungeon that I grinded super hard in, because I found out one of the enemies was weak to bullets, and another element. So I think it was another element, but I would just run to the save room, run out, fight that enemy. It was like one of the red glowy enemies, and I would just shoot them all in the face, and then I would just do an all-out attack, win the fight, run back to the save room, come back, just do that over and over again for like 2 or 3 hours. So when I fought Madarame,
I don't think there was ever any point where I really grinded too hard or had to. So I don't know.
So when I fought Madarame, I was stupidly overpowered. I had personas I shouldn't have at that point. And actually, I don't even remember Madarame. Oh wait, no. You know what? I'm wrong. Madarame was a super annoying boss fight. He was
the floating paintings.
Yeah, shit. I completely forgot about that. Yeah,
I remember.
Even being super powered, he was super fucking annoying.
I remember it being a little rough. I think I died on that one.
I died once or twice. I just remember being really annoyed because like the paintings would come back to life if you didn't kill them all right away.
Yeah, there was like some weird order. Like I remember like trial and error, just trying to find the weird order that you have to kill them in that would result in things.
I think what I ended
going
up
well
doing
for you,
was
but
I had like all my physical fighters up at the same time, had them use all the physicals on the ones that were weak to physical, and then once that was done, I would switch. I would literally take like 4 turns to switch out to my mages, and then have them do their thing. God, that was probably a terrible idea to do it that way, but it did help alleviate the pain. That way, there was always one less pain you had to deal with.
Yeah, I don't remember that one too well. So.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember the boss fight too well, other than just that bit.
Yep.
So I guess we're just done with Madarame because that was.
I guess.
Like,
I mean,
5 seconds conversation on that one.
what else was there? I think. What was it?
Futaba's was next, was it not?
Could have swore there was something. No, I could have swore there was something I want to say about that. It was like, I don't know. Yosuke?
Yusuke?
Yosuke.
Yusuke is from Persona 4.
Which one's which? Okay, I don't remember. Yusuke. Anyway, I feel like he didn't really change a whole lot.
No, he didn't.
In that game. He just sort of stayed the same the whole time. There wasn't really any development.
It's because
I don't know.
He doesn't really have a lot of. I won't say personality because he has a lot of that. It's just like he doesn't.
He
really
didn't have a lot going on.
Vocal range and like emotion to what he ever said, other than just kind of like I'm calm or I'm mad.
He's a very weird guy.
It was one or two, and that's fine. I like that he's a weird guy because you need a weird guy in the group.
I guess
because he's kind of like the Kanji. Kanji has a bunch of emotions, but he's the weird guy of the group.
Yeah. Well. All right, whatever.
I would debate he's the weird guy of the group.
I would say he's not the weird guy of the group, and Teddy is the weird guy of the group.
Oh, god damn, yeah, you know what? No, Teddy's the mascot character, though. He's the Morgana.
And he's a weirdo.
Yeah, true. So is Morgana, though. But yeah, with Yusuke, I actually didn't even, really level his social link very much, just because...
I didn't until it was sort of toward the end where I needed his copy ability for something. And I was just trying to grind through all of his S-links as fast as possible.
I never did that. I never used that ability. Not once.
I never used it, but there was a moment where I thought I needed it.
Oh,
and I
okay.
was eventually, I think when it got down to it, I don't know if I even actually needed it when it came down to it. But it was high counter. I need, for fucking the twins S-link,
yeah.
I needed high counter on Seth or something. And I couldn't. And I had a card that had high counter, but high counter is so valuable, I didn't want to waste the only high counter that I had.
I think I did a sacrifice fusion for that one, which thank God for sacrifice fusions, because all you can do is you can go into the jail cell, save your game, fuse the persona you need, and then just keep sacrificing personas that have the ability that you need. And
I don't remember how I did it, but
yeah.
I don't think I ended up using the card. But yeah, speaking of fusions, the fusions in this game are so fucking good. They're better than they've ever been.
Yeah, in 3, it was just here's 2 personas, whoop, they're together, now they're this one.
Here's 3 personas, now 4 personas.
Yeah.
How about 5 personas?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Wasn't it just they just put the cards on the screen and then just had them shuffle together and that was it?
I don't even
I forget.
remember.
That was either 3 or 4.
What, in 4? Oh, fuck. I don't even remember how things fused in 4. I don't remember there even being
Well, Margaret
an animation. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, Margaret asked you to do the same thing as the twins, so, yeah.
Yeah, the one, because for some reason the one that comes to my mind is the fucking SMT4 fusion animation.
What's that one? I haven't seen it.
Well, in that one, there's you're in this giant, laboratory type room, and there's this floating head that does shit, and they puts them in these 2 separate chambers, and there's a bunch of effects or something. I don't really remember it very well.
Okay.
But I remember as soon as they started laying down some serious abilities in the Persona 5's fusion room, I was thinking of SMT4 because SMT4 has tons of it's very flexible with what it allows you to do in the Velvet Room.
Oh, nice.
And it reminded me of that
Well,
because you can go backwards. It's I have these
church.
I want to make this guy. What do I need to acquire in order to make him?
Can't you just search by fuse by search in that case?
Yeah, and you can just type it in and search I'm going to type in this name. What do I need?
Oh, okay.
What are all the possibilities I can make? There's a lot of range as far as I remember. And it's when you're fusing 2 together, you just select everything. Everything that you want to be carried over.
Oh, okay.
And I remember, Persona 4 didn't have that. It was
Persona Q does that, actually. And I think 5 does it, too.
Persona 5, 5 has it, too. Right? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So, I was really happy when, I was seeing all the SMT4, improvements in Persona 5. It was really good. It was way better.
Q did it, too, as I was saying. And actually, I just remembered now what the animation for the fusions looks like in Q, which is Margaret does the fusion, because Igor's not there. And she just sits behind a table she takes the cards, she flips them over, she lifts her hands up, and they float, and then they like make a symbol, and then they just crash together, and it's like, boom, there's the persona now. I think it was something like that. I'm pretty sure I have a majority of that animation in my head.
And it was nice that they integrated the Persona 3's like turning a persona into a weapon thing.
Oh yes, that was good. Yeah. Although weirdly enough, Mjolnir is not a hammer.
Oh, I never used it. I'm just saying I like that it was there.
In Persona 3, I used it because you got. Like,
I definitely used it in Persona 3. Yeah. I'm saying in 5, I don't think I used it at all.
The only persona I ever turned into a weapon was Thor, and I got Mjolnir, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. Ryu just got Mjolnir now, and it was a fucking flailed mace.
Oh, it was? What?
Yeah, it was like a spiked mace, and I'm like, okay, that's not Mjolnir.
That's dumb.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't think I used it for anything because I was like, I don't know, Personas seemed more valuable, and as it got to the end there, I was really short on money, so I wasn't gonna buy Personas just to turn them into objects and then buy them again so that I had them on hand so that I could fuse them, because like there's so much shit to do with them that it becomes more difficult to just turn them into an item.
Yeah. We should probably actually jump to a couple of other things, because we've been talking about 40 minutes now. But I kind of wanted to talk about, did you ever watch The Daybreakers, which was the animation?
What? Oh, actually, yeah, no, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
Forgot about it.
So what that is one of the various requests you do in the game is The Daybreakers. So there's one where you might have noticed this random guy out of nowhere, out of the request, has a completely unique model. Did you ever notice this guy? He was like in a green hoodie. No?
Nope.
So in the Daybreakers, it's Igor giving a flash forward to Akira to show him what his life is going to be like very soon. And it pretty much it kind of splits into two different perspectives. One from the main antagonist, where he's like, my friends are a bunch of fucking idiots. They're breaking into stores, and they're stealing stuff, and we're just partying out in the park. And like, we were only supposed to do this one job, and now we're doing it constantly. And he feels like his friends are going to kill him if he says no. So he works out his frustration by beating the living shit out of his younger brother, who's now like a
vaguely remembering this now.
Yeah, he's like a stay-at-home guy, just like doing homework and stuff, and the kid just kicks down the door and beats the shit out of his brother. And I'm like, okay, cool. So when I'd seen that originally, I'm like, that's going to be in the game, and they're going to have an explanation for the ending, like where they show the endings, like, oh yeah, Morgana shows up and does a thing, which is the treasure the guy had was a key, and he gives it to the protagonist, and he goes, give this to my brother, and tell him to burn whatever's inside. I'm like, okay, cool, we're going to see what's inside,
I remember that.
No, you don't. You don't see what's inside, and it's like, why even have all this if there's no explanation, there was no reward for it, there was just build up and nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, they're like, okay, so
guess it's good that I didn't watch it then.
Yeah, because like even the protagonist and the group go, so how are we gonna get this to the guy's little brother? And Morgana goes, oh, I already did it. Okay, moving on with our lives, and it's like, what the fuck? Come on, I want to know what's inside. Like, if Morgana has just said, I gave it to the kid and I watched what was inside, it was incriminating evidence, or it was a note from their parents or something. Like, I don't know. They never tell you. And it pisses me off so much that like they build up this thing and they make an entire animation about it, and there's no reward for in the end.
I don't know. Yeah, don't know what to tell you. I didn't watch it, but
honestly,
I do remember that mission and like there being a bunch of stuff going on, but I don't remember exactly the details of it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like one of those mid-game requests too. But yeah, there was that. That was like the one thing I did want to talk about was just the Daybreakers animation for a little bit. The animation is absolutely fantastic. Actually, I thought it was pretty good. Although it is just about a request, and instead of being about like, Persona or the palaces or anything like that, it's just a request.
Yeah.
But moving on, I guess we should talk about, was it Futaba's was next?
No. The guy with the money.
Oh, Kaneshiro, right. Okay, so Kaneshiro's dungeon, or palace, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly don't remember too much about it. I remember liking the word puzzle, like the word number puzzle for the keypads.
I remember that being a pain in the ass.
Really, it was fairly simple. Like I had to pause.
It was
think about
incredibly simple and super easy, which is why it was just a pain in the ass. It wasn't like, oh, this challenge, I can't possibly surmount this easy fucking number puzzle. It's like, why do I have to do this? I don't want to do this.
Well, wasn't it like building words, or was it just random gibberish? I forget.
It was like, fuck, what was it? I don't even remember.
I think
what
it was like saying like
it was like it was a number puzzle. It was like, what?
G
It
equals
was like
1.
certain numbers corresponded to certain letters.
Yeah.
And then like you would have to go back and look at the word in order to put,
and then you would
in order to get the sequence of numbers.
Yeah, and you punch it in, but like the correct code would always be a word. I think it would be like one might be money.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just the numbers corresponded to a word that was said in a previous note.
Oh,
which,
right.
Whatever. I don't know.
I
kind of wanted him to just type it in automatically. It's like, oh, good, okay, I don't want to have to do this, and then it's like, nope, you have to do it.
They have to give you somewhat of like a challenge and a bit of a puzzle for the dungeon. Otherwise, it just becomes Kamoshida's. Kamoshida's again.
Yeah, but like,
Which was
if if it has no difficulty, it's not a puzzle. It's just sort of like, it's just a tedious thing that you have to do. It's like, oh, here, just remember this for about 5 seconds. Okay, you did it.
Well, you also had to flip through the various pages to be like, okay, well this one makes this one. It'd be like G equals. I'm gonna keep using G for some reason. G equals H plus K, and you had to go, okay, H and K is this and this. That's G.
It's not complicated.
It's not, no. But what I'm saying is that like at least look through and make sure that you have all the pieces of the puzzle.
I think that was another puzzle. That was another dungeon where I was like, "Oh my god, this is so long. I don't want to fucking do this. Please let me get back to my waifus." And then they're presenting me with these fucking puzzles. Like, I don't want to bother with this shit. Just get me back to Makoto.
I think the only one I just disliked with Akumura, like his dungeon palace, whatever. Was
I
the
definitely
only one
remember
I disliked.
his being pretty bad. But,
I don't know, I guess I'm more
like,
patient with that sort of
like
thing.
the friend that I loaned the game to right now they're stuck on Okumura's palace because it's so fucking long.
Yeah, no, I get that. Pretty much, like I had stopped playing the game just in between Okumura's and Shido's, and then I played and finished Shido's, and then I stopped for a bit again, and then I finished the game just like 2 days ago.
I remember Okumura's took a very long time. Like, I would do a little bit of it, and then quit playing the game, and then go back, and then play a little more of it, and then quit and do something else, and then go back and just whittling away at this palace because it's so damn long.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just like, skip Okumura's because everyone knows what we think about it. So we didn't talk about Futaba's. Sorry, Futaba's.
Futaba's. I remember that being good because it had
decent,
at least it had a very clear line of progression in it, so you knew exactly where you were within the thing.
The only problem is it didn't really have a puzzle. Unlike every other dungeon had a sort of puzzle to it. Like, hers is the light-based one, but all it was you walked up, you pressed X, and you
just
turned
walk up and press the button.
You turned it to exactly where you needed it to be every time. Like, you didn't have to, like, turn it multiple times or, like, find a certain
no, I think I remember there was a puzzle, it was like a picture puzzle type thing.
Oh, there was that. Yeah, no,
that was in there.
That was in there, but you know what it is? It's a slide puzzle.
Was it a slide puzzle? I think it was just like rotate. I don't know.
Oh no, yeah.
I don't even know.
Sorry, it's the base design that I'm remembering, and I'm seeing it as a slide puzzle.
I don't think.
No, you're right.
I don't think it was.
It was you rotated them and you moved them into like corners and spots.
Yeah, so even easier.
Even easier than a slide puzzle, yeah, but still. I don't know.
I don't know.
Futaba's boss fight was at least interesting.
I remember her boss fight being good.
The only problem I had was when they're like, okay, they're readying to attack, and I'm like, okay, cool, I gotta defend.
Yeah, and then like it's actually like 2 or 3 turns that they're readying. It's like, what the fuck? Why you tell me they're readying?
Yeah, like be like, okay, they're readying up, attack while they're like winding up. Like, I don't know.
Because like I would see that they say, oh, they're readying their attack, and it'd be like, oh, I have to guard now. Yeah. And I would, and then, like, you sit there for, like, 2 turns. Like, I could have been healing during this time.
I could have healed. I could have activated
I could have done so much
damage. I could have switched out the really injured Yusuke. Like, I can do whatever.
Yep. No.
Nope, it's
God.
3 fucking turns wasted. Great, thank you,
Yep.
game.
I think I don't know if that's fixed when Futaba shows up though, because like that might be an intended thing where it's like, oh, now that Futaba's here, you know exactly how many turns it's gonna take.
No, it's not fixed.
How perfect.
For that one, it's whenever you don't. When it is just the Sphinx and you don't have Futaba, it's whenever you're not blocking, she'll do that attack. And when it's Futaba shows up, it's like, okay, prepare yourself, and then you guard, and then she's like, oh, she's still winding up. Prepare yourself, and then you guard, and then she attacks, or she fucks around for another turn.
I don't remember it too well. But
I remember that one.
I could have swore at some point I figured out how many turns it was going to be, and I was healing myself in those windows.
Yep, it's the same way with like the last boss. Actually, it's the exact same mechanic. So once I saw that they were redoing that, I'm like, oh, okay, so I have an extra turn to attack, then guard.
Yeah.
And or heal.
Or rather, heal everyone and then guard.
I think for the most part, I would use Makoto to just buff defense and then guard for that next turn. That's pretty much how I started using Makoto. It's like if anyone has a delayed attack, I would just buff and then guard.
I don't even know if I left that on Makoto. Makoto is
really
she had all of her her nuke abilities as strong as I could get her, and I think she had like a single healing ability that I left on just in case.
She learns Madeira Han or how the hell.
Yeah, I think I gave that to her. Yeah. But even as she progressed, I was giving her like, oh, Diorama, Media Rahan or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much how I had her. I had her with all the nuke skills. I had the healing spell. I had Madeira Han or whatever the hell it is, and I had the defense buff. And that was, I think the rest were just like passives, which is it's good that you're getting so many passives in this game, because you really do need them.
Yeah, you really you don't get I don't know if I missed it, but I feel like you don't get stuff to negate people's weaknesses.
You get evade. Yeah, you get evade instead. Which
you
is
get
good.
evades.
I think that's better. I think that's a better trade-off, honestly.
But like not in you get that in their ability list. But I don't mean like what I mean is like you don't get like accessories to give everyone to negate their weakness.
Yeah, no. Once again, more just evade stuff. So for the most part, I would actually just have everyone equipped with the evade their weakness until they got that skill, and I'm like, okay, the skill is better. Let me just give them like a minor stat buff or extra SP.
Yeah, but you see, that's a problem because then when you try and fight the Reaper, you're fucked.
That's
because
fine,
the Reaper knows all of your weaknesses and he just spams them. It's like I can't do anything about this because they're all super weak.
Yeah, that's kind of why you have to like stack up on evasion stuff. In fact, the video that I watched very briefly because I saw that Nico B was playing Persona 5. I did not watch a single episode except for the one where he fought the Reaper, and he's like, I'm not pulling bullshit. I'm not gonna do the flu season thing that everyone else is doing, which makes him weaker apparently. I'm just gonna fight the Reaper straight up, and he did. And the Reaper killed him multiple times, but the time he won, the Reaper went full retard, where he would hit everyone with someone's weakness. So we'll say he hit Ryuji with wind, and then he would use windbreak on everyone, and then he would hit Ryuji with wind, and then use ice break, and it's like that's all he's doing.
Yeah, I feel like the only way, like Reaper is ridiculously hard in this game. I feel like the only way you're gonna win is if you fuck him somehow, or if like you just get a lucky break and he doesn't hit you with his. Like, he doesn't hit each person with their weakness. Yeah. It almost seems like it'd be easier to fight him if you were only Joker. Because only Joker, you can stack yourself up on one character that's indestructible. But with everyone else, he can just be like, I'll hit your weakness and your weakness and your weakness.
If you do that, actually, he casts nothing but almighty spells if you have no weaknesses.
Well, I'd rather take an almighty spell.
Okay.
I'd rather take like just damage than having him down everyone, because having him down everyone, he gets like 5 turns. I'd rather him just do one almighty spell than have 5 turns of damage.
Yeah, I didn't fight the Reaper. I wanted to save him for a New Game Plus.
It's not like the other.
Yeah. I do want to save him for a New Game Plus because I want to fight him and the twins.
It's gonna have to be New Game Plus. He's hard as fuck.
I mean, if you really want to cheese it, just do the flu season thing.
I don't want to cheese it though. I just
Okay.
want to beat him.
Okay, you want to be honorable like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Like I remember, like
in
in Persona 3, I beat him, and I didn't have any bullshit. I beat him twice actually because I fucked something up. I think I forgot to save or some stupid
Oh,
nonsense.
and then you died to like a slime or something.
No, like I didn't die. There was something went wrong. Like
Power
there was a
outage?
character. I think, like maybe like characters were down, so they didn't get the XP, possibly, or like maybe he didn't
okay.
drop the fucking bead. Like something went wrong, one way or another.
Okay.
So I was like, shit, I have to beat him again.
That's the worst.
I don't remember the reason though.
Okay,
But,
so since we're skipping Akumura, let's jump into Shido's Palace. What did you think about Shido's Palace?
Shit, that was also very long, but
Yeah.
that one I do remember beating more or less in one sitting. Like I never. That was the first one where it's like I actually did the whole palace without like in one day, because every other time I was leaving, letting everyone get their SP back up, because that's a huge pain in the ass that no one has enough SP to keep on fighting. But that was the first one where it's like, okay, I can stretch all these abilities and all these items just far enough that we can stay in this palace for the entire first day and beat it.
Yeah, that's
And-
pretty much how I did it. Every palace in the game I do the same way. I would play all the way through to like the last save point, and then I would leave, come back, do the last bit of the dungeon, and then fight the boss. So it took. I was a 2-day challenge for me. Every dungeon was a 2-day challenge.
Yeah, I never really had any plans going in. It's like, oh, people are out of SP, I'll just leave. And then that's how it went.
With Shido's, it actually took me multiple days, like real world days, not in-game days, to get through his,
yeah.
just because like every time I actually sat down to play the game, someone would call me up to do something, and I'm like, well, I can't really abandon them right now, so I got to go do the thing. And I remember like the furthest I got at one point was I just got to the restaurant, and I couldn't figure out how to get the flag to work to find the key to get in. Or the,
Oh,
the-
right,
the
yeah,
pass.
I remember.
And you know
had
what the
that
problem was? Is that every time I approached the fucking door to the restaurant, the characters go, no, we can't go in there. We need to find a pass. So I would run around, and eventually I just Googled it. I said, fuck it, I'm done. I gotta Google this. And they say, go into the restaurant. I'm like, I fucking can't. I don't have the pass. And then I tried the door, and the character just goes through the door. No one stopped me that time.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I walk up to the waiter, and he's like, oh, yeah, you need to have a pass. And then I fuck off and go get the pass. And it's like, why the fuck did the game prevent me from going in there? I was so mad. I'm still mad. I will never not be mad.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't. You were just supposed to mash it on the door. You were supposed to know.
Yeah,
Because I didn't. I definitely never had any problems. Like I just remember going in, and then, like I don't know. I remember no problems at all. So I don't know what the fuck happened with you.
Another problem I had that I can think of for Shido's Palace was there was a part where I was supposed to get to the hacker guy, and I forget what it was. I think I was supposed to climb something, but they didn't make it completely clear what I was supposed to climb. So I'm running around the entire place. It's like, oh yeah, it's right above me. I'm like, well, how the fuck do I get up there? There's nothing for me to climb. And eventually I just had to walk over to something that I'd already used before, and the characters go, no, I can't use that. And then he would actually use it.
But don't know what you're talking about. I never had any problems with
It
that.
was-
I know. I remember the hacker. Like you have to basically climb.
Up the side of
You
the
have to
building,
climb
sure.
up a level, yeah, up the side of the yacht or whatever, and then you have to hop across a bunch of, I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is,
hop
like,
across a bunch of shit.
because I'd gotten to that point a little earlier and tried to climb up that stuff, they go, no, we can't go that way. That'd be stupid. So, of course, I think, no, I can't go that way. That'd be stupid. And I do the thing. I come back, and I'm like, well, where do I go now? Because the game doesn't say, oh, by the way, that thing we use now we can do. Like, now I'm supposed to just know again. It's one of those situations. But then
I
again,
guess you don't have the superpower I have of common sense.
it's not common sense because they
I
say
had
no.
no troubles at all, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking
It's
about.
one of those things in video games where the reason why you can't do this thing is because plot. Because we need to have the plot act in a specific way. If they had let you go to the hacker at any point instead of having to go to someone else, then go to the hacker, I feel like that would be a lot better.
It wouldn't even fucking matter. Like, the order you get those guys doesn't even have any significance.
No, it does, because they won't let you go to the hacker until you go to someone else.
Yeah, but I'm saying it does. The order you get those guys has no significance. It has nothing. It means nothing in the story.
I know.
None of those characters were like, "Oh, you killed the other guy. Oh no."
No, I know. That's what I mean. But I mean, like
Doesn't mean
the
anything.
protagonist and his teammates go, "Hey, we can't go this way because we have to go for the other guy." It's like, why the fuck do we have to go for the other
I don't
guy?
know. Maybe you did something dumb because I don't remember there being any issues at all.
But anyways, let's talk about the Shido boss fight.
Well, hold on. Hold your horses right there, buddy, because in the Shido Palace, like I said, I did it all in one sort of sitting.
Yeah.
That was not intentional. The thing was, I was trying to get all 5 of the people, like, because you need the 5 people to approve you or whatever the fuck. So I was like, okay, I'll just get all 5 of them, and then I'll leave, because I was on a wing and a prayer. I had almost no SP at all when I went into the final, like the number 5, like the Yakuza guy.
Yeah.
I had almost nothing when I went in to fight him. So I was like, okay, I need to hit a save point or something, or like whatever the fuck, the safe room. Because I was not going to be able to do. I was worried I wouldn't even be able to fight the Yakuza guy. And then, once you beat him, there are about. So, when you go in to fight the Yakuza guy, there are more or less 3 boss fights in a row that you have to fight in order to leave the area.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I was pretty goddamn fucked. I used basically every item I had in those 3 boss fights, because I came out of the Yakuza just fine, because he's not too bad. But then I walk out and it's like, hey, fight this boss now, because it's the 2. I forget what he summoned. He summoned like a lion and Kukulin, I think.
Mithra?
Right. What?
Was it Mithra, the lion with the 2 daggers, and he's got
probably. Whatever. Akechi summons 2 dudes that you have to fight. I'm like, oh god, this is a boss now. Fuck. And I think I used like a Soma or whatever, like which restores all the health and SP to everyone. Yep. And I used that, and that was the last thing. That was the last SP up that I had. So I had to fight the Kukulin and Mithra, I guess, and then Akechi, and then Akechi's next form also, all on the one SP bar.
Nice.
Which was really fucking rough.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of expected, because you're supposed to fight those guys all in a line.
Yeah,
but at that point, you're probably fully healed and have.
But like, that's the thing. I was going into the Yakuza already pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
So, having to fight like nearly 4 bosses in a row was not good at that point. That was a rough fight. That was a rough little sequence for me. But yeah. Anyway, also Akechi. Like, why are you trying to go to Shido before we get to Akechi?
I forgot that Akechi was even existed in that game.
Yeah. So, it's pretty fucking rad when he pulls out Loki.
Yeah. I admit, like, yeah. That's
I was
cool.
so fucking hyped when he yelled Loki. I was so happy.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah,
because I was like, they're gonna reveal it. They're gonna reveal that he's the fool all along. And then it's like, I see the persona there, and I'm like, what would he have to be? What kind of persona does Akechi have? Because Robin Hood doesn't fit. So what the fuck does he have? And when he yells Loki, it is just the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
And he yells it really well. The voice acting is good in that moment.
Oh, it is, yeah. The one thing I actually kind of felt was really strange is that Loki, you can't summon Loki.
You can't get Loki.
Yeah.
Only he gets Loki.
Yeah, it's weird that they replaced him with
Alice. Alice is the final fool persona.
Alice? Is
yeah.
it Death?
I
Alice
don't fucking know.
Death. It was one of the Hindu gods. It was.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even fucking remember. Actually, yeah, that must have been. I was looking for Thanos or whatever, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" I don't remember who the final one is. It was someone I didn't care about.
But yeah, yellow skin is like spinning a little ring on one hand, and it's like he'll come back. He'll come to the world 12 times and save it from ruin. Is like his description. I forget his name. I apologize. But yeah, he's the new fool, ultimate fool persona.
Fucking Vishnu.
Vishnu, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking it up here. Shit, what did he even look like?
He had like yellow
God,
skin,
I don't
green
I don't
hair,
fucking
had a
remember
ring.
this guy at all.
I didn't have him actually. I saw him in the Velvet Room. Like, oh, that's the Ultimate Fool. That's weird. Okay, whatever. Because, as I said, I took a break
That's
between
weird.
Shido and the last bit of the game. So when I took that break, I forgot that he even summoned Loki. So when I got back to the game and I completed the Fool Arcana,
I think
Vishnu,
when Akechi showed up and summoned Loki, I was sort of thinking like, oh yes, I can't wait to get Loki for myself.
Mhm.
Because, when you get to the end of the Fool,
Fool, you get
you
that,
expect to get Loki. Because everyone fucking loves Loki.
Mhm.
Because Loki's fucking awesome. I don't even think he was the end of the Arcana in Persona 4.
He was.
It's just everyone used Loki because he's fucking great.
Oh no, Loki was the final Persona in 4.
Was he the final one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was Izanagi no Okami that was the world.
Well, I didn't have any
Or the
world.
universe.
I didn't have
forget
any
which one
world
it was.
nonsense. I didn't play Golden.
No, the world is what you get when you get the true ending. Or is it Judgment?
What?
You get a new Arcana when you're doing the true ending, because once you beat Fool, you're done
Do
the
you?
investigation team. And then when you
Don't you go to Judgment or something?
Yeah, I guess it's Judgment then. Sorry, I got
Yeah.
that confused with the world.
Okay,
world
yeah,
is
the
what
world,
you
because the world
summon
is
as a-
something they throw in Golden. So, as far as I remember, I don't think there is a world in Persona
I
4.
could have sworn you used the world to summon Izanagi no Okami at the very, very last second. Because I know the final Judgment Persona is Michael. Right?
I don't fucking know.
Like, I'll have to search this up again. I'm pretty sure that's right. But anyways, I guess now we can skip to the Shido boss fight because we're getting really off topic here.
But yes, Akechi was great.
Akechi was a
because
great
Loki
boss fight. Yeah,
is fucking radical.
I just felt like it didn't really like. It wasn't a challenging boss fight though. That's my one.
It
issue with
wasn't, but it was very, very cool.
it was
and that's
very cool
what
and
matters.
cinematic. Yeah,
I love that boss fight because Akechi was awesome.
yeah. So with the Shido boss fight, I'm not sure if I told you this, but Yusuke was hilarious in this fight.
What?
Because he had high counter and really good evasion the entire fight. So every time Shido went to attack him, he got high countered.
Nice.
Shido killed himself in my boss fight. He constantly went after Yusuke, could not hit him, kept getting high countered, and anytime he didn't get high countered, Yusuke would dodge.
Also, Nano Machines, son.
Yeah. No. Persona's son. Like,
Persona, son. I could break the Prime Minister in two with my bare hands.
No, not with my bare hands. With my Persona's bare hands.
No, with his bare hands. Don't you fucking... When he rips his shirt off
I
and
know,
he's got the
huge.
muscles,
And
that's
he's got
him.
The fucking,
That's him.
He's got the spring shackle thing. I forget what that's
Yeah,
called.
what the
The
fuck?
brace. He has a brace. That's what it's called.
Well, doesn't he rip the braces off too after the thing?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
when he turns into
Yeah,
the fucking
when he goes into
Incredible Hulk.
full Nano Machine mode.
Yeah,
God damn, that was so stupid.
when he turns
I
into
love,
the Red Hulk.
but yeah, we finally fit the. Speaking of which, hit the topic, the most important topic to all of these games. Fucking Rivers in the Desert was so fucking good.
Okay, so I'm gonna be
Don't
real
you
about
dare!
this.
Don't you dare, motherfucker! Don't you dare talk shit about Rivers in the Desert.
It's a good boss.
Podcast over.
Theme. It's a good boss theme, but having heard it so many times before because everyone hypes
what?
it up.
Well, you shouldn't listen to songs. You're dumb.
Hey man,
That's
it's
your own fault.
It's your fault, and
That's
it
your
is
fault.
also another
It's not
friend's
my fault.
for constantly fucking sending me links to it and shit.
I didn't
But-
send you links to Rivers in the Desert.
No, but you and another friend have a tendency of talking about the song a lot. Anyways,
because it's fucking good. You could
it
just
is
not
good.
listen
But the
to
thing
it.
is, like, I've heard it so much that it's like it had no impact for the bot. Like the start of the song is just kind of decent. Like it's a build up. It's fine. And then when you actually fight him and the lyrics play, it's like okay, this is kind of good. But like, I honestly preferred like the normal boss theme compared to Akechi or not Akechi's, Shido's. Like, I don't know, man. It's
Terrible. You're wrong.
I
Your
don't know.
opinion is wrong.
It's overplayed. I'm sorry.
That's your own fault, though. It's not overplayed. You played it too much.
No, I didn't.
I mean, it is
honestly,
overplayed in the game because they use it in a lot of They use it in a lot of parts actually, but
L-
not
later-
at that
later
point.
in
They
the game,
don't.
yes. No, yeah. No,
That's
it's
the first time they play it.
Yep. Yeah.
So you fucked it for yourself. The proper thing to do is what I did, and you don't listen to the music because even then you're afraid of getting spoilers. I didn't even look up any fucking music for the game because I knew that there would be spoilers. And I remember at some point I accidentally clicked on Rivers in the Desert, and I heard the beginning. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I know if I keep listening to this, the lyrics are going to give something away. So I've just fucking stopped right now. So I didn't listen to it before
Hey, man,
that happened.
The lyrics don't give
You
anything
fucked
away
yourself.
for those themes because
Well,
I
that's the
never
thing. I
understood
assumed
what
it
you're
would.
saying.
So I was hoping it wouldn't.
No.
So I just completely avoided it no matter what.
This isn't
So-
Revengeance where they talk about the character's background in the theme.
I don't know. I mean, collective
Okay.
unconsciousness would fit in that boss fight.
It would.
'cause
It would.
Motherfucker.
I've actually been
nanomachines.
I've been thinking about forever about doing a video where it's just like I'm playing Revengeance, like the bosses, without the music playing, and I would just add other songs, like instrumental versions of the song, and then normally when the song would have the lyrics pop in, that's when I would like add in the lyrics from the actual song. So it'd be like, we'll say Metallica's Atlas Rise. It would just be Atlas Rise without the lyrics. And then when like the character goes into second form or whatever, then
Yeah, it would.
you'd hear the
I'm
lyrics.
sure it would work
It'd be
with
super
a great
cool.
many of songs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it'd be like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance goes with everything.
And that's it. Fucking in Persona 5 too. Like the song doesn't get lyrics until
Until
he
he
buffs
goes
up
nanomachines.
in it. Yeah, which is fucking great.
There's a term for
Because I heard it and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I recognize this song. This is the song I cut away from real fast.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, the Shido boss fight was
Yeah.
actually really fun, but stupidly easy because Yusuke's a cheating bastard. At least for me, he was.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember doing much else after the Shido boss. I think I just was pretty much just focused on social links, and then
Yeah,
the
it's
end
just
of the
trying
game,
to
which is
trying to get all the S links before the game ends.
yeah.
I
Actually,
think there was actually, if I remember right, there's a long part there where you're not really allowed to do anything because it's
Yeah.
like
No,
because you're
that's easily
you're dead or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
like fuck. I had all this time I thought that I had to get to work on my S links, and I can't.
You know what this is? This is Ryuji all over again in Persona 3. I think his name was Ryuji. It was Death, Thanatos'
Oh yeah,
form,
I know what you're talking about.
where
Yeah.
he's like, you need to kill me, and if you don't kill me, I'll give you a
Ryoji,
fucking...
I think it was.
Ryoji, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to give you a month to fuck around, and you can't do your social links, you can't do anything, you just fucking sit around moping about, oh, should I kill Ryoji or not? Like,
Yeah.
God damn it, that was a terrible month.
Yeah, I remember being. I don't remember. I don't remember things too well, but I remember being upset that I couldn't do my S links.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what you were allowed to do. But
Actually, I think you could use your social links because everyone thinks you're dead except for they think that the leader of the Phantom Thieves is dead. They don't think you are dead. So you're allowed to go and see certain people. I think it's
Right.
really just like your teammates. I think that's it though.
there was something that.
Like, I don't remember
don't-
being allowed to
I
go
don't
see
remember.
Kawakami or fucking.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's it. I was at like 8 or something. I was at 7 or 8 or something with Kawakami, and one of those S links requires you to be at school in order to progress it.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't max Kawakami solely because I'm not allowed to go to school anymore. So I can't level it because
so-
there's no day where you're sent back to school that can trigger her next S link. So if you're
Yeah.
not at whatever level before that happens, then you're fucked. You're not allowed to
you mean
max
when you,
Kawakami.
when you go talk to her in front of the student. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, where you go and talk to her in front of the student council president's office or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, you go into Kawakami's office and you talk to her at
Yeah.
school.
Oh
And
god, that sucks. 'Cause
I
that
wasn't
does-
allowed to do that because you have to be at school. And then like it finally came a day where like, oh, it's finals or something. Like for some reason you do go back to school. It doesn't trigger on those days though because you're
because-
doing the tests.
Because you do the test and you immediately go home and
Yeah.
sleep.
So you're
because
forced
apparently-
out of. So all those months I was like, fuck, I'm at like 7 with Kawakami and I can't do anything about it.
I had a
So
similar
all of that
situation.
time I spent on Kawakami was pointless. I could have spent it making sure that Hifumi got maxed or anybody else.
Yeah. I had a similar situation with Mishima. I got to rank 9 with him, and then he just fucked off. He just disappeared altogether. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
Mishima
where the
does some
fuck
weird
is he?
shit. I don't know what the fuck's up
Like,
with him.
he's just gone. Like, he doesn't exist. I think he's like I think mechanically he's like staying
That's
home and working
yeah,
on
that's the thing.
site.
He actually does stop existing. Like I don't know what the fuck happens. He just stops being an S-Link for a while.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he came back. I had all these other people I had planned to work on. I'm like, Mishiba! I just sprinted to him immediately, and I'm just like, I gotta finish the social link right now. I finish it, I move on with my life, and I'm like, God damn, that's over.
Thank fuck I don't have to talk to that loser again.
Yeah.
Anyway, the music.
Yeah, the
So-
music is fantastic.
The music, I think the music is better than it's ever been. But but it's very misplaced. A lot of it is very misplaced. Like, so there's the three themes. There's Yaldabaoth's, there's Shido's, and then there's Akechi's, and they're all different. Like, if you listen to all of them, and I remember when the game came out, like I listened to all three, and it was like, something's wrong here. Something, like, they don't quite fit where they are. Like, you know?
Oh, you
I don't know.
mean like,
Like,
it doesn't feel
I don't-
thematically correct with
Like,
the rest of the
I
game.
listened to Yaldabaoth's theme, and it's just not very good. Like,
Really? I love
do
it.
you remember Persona 4's final theme, where it's like,
Yeah, I
it's
do
this,
actually.
because that one's fucking fantastic.
It's a
and
big
Mist,
bombastic
and
theme.
also like the final song, I think is Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis, where it also switches into I'll face
It
myself.
switches to it switches to Reach Out to the Truth, or is it Face Myself?
Oh,
I don't remember.
No, you're right. It is Reach Out to the Truth.
Yeah. Actually no, I'll mention that later. But yeah, like Persona 4's final boss song is fucking, both of them, Mist and the one at the end. I think it is Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking fantastic. They're the best.
Yep.
So when Yaldabaoth's song was happening, I was like, please be a good song. Why aren't you doing the thing? And like,
I feel-
even after I beat him, like I listened to the song, it's just like, this is not very good at all. I don't care about this
I feel like the
song.
reason why it changed so much is because they wanted to go for more of a SMT theme all of a sudden, because with the rest of the game it was really more about like the jazzy, like kind of upbeat stuff and like changing
Yeah.
hearts and all that stuff. But at that point it was all about dread, and it was like, the world is fucked, you guys don't exist right now, everything is messed up. Like, so they
But,
give
like,
him a theme that is
still-
more imposing and menacing, but not very like catchy.
The song's still got to be good though. I mean, like Genesis was really imposing for about, like I have it on a CD, and it's like 5 minutes and 30 seconds of just bah,
Yeah.
Bah.
Bum. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
bah, and then the last minute and 30 seconds are the good part.
Mhm.
But you need those 5 minutes in order to build
It's a
you up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I feel like
But,
with this
Like
one, it was
Yaldabaoth doesn't have that part. It doesn't have the bit where it becomes a good song that you want to listen to. It's just the same the
I don't
entire
know.
time.
I get
I don't-
Nocturne vibes from it.
I don't fucking. What's Nocturne?
Shin Megami Tensei 3.
I didn't play Nocturne.
Nocturne's pretty good. Honestly, probably my favorite of the SMTs. Granted, it is the only one I played other than Devil Survivor 2, which I'm still playing.
Well, whatever. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, Yaldabaoth's themes it just sucked, and I was really upset.
Okay,
And I remember Blooming Villain. I don't.
Blooming Villain's really
Fuck,
good.
I don't remember how I felt about them at the time. Blooming Villain was Akechi's, and I feel like I remember thinking that it worked better on Shido, and that Rivers in the Desert would make more sense on Akechi,
Really?
if I remember right, but I don't remember right, so that might be all bullshit.
Hmm.
It was also, like, when you think about Persona 4 and Persona 5, like, hold them next to each other, their final boss sort of rushes are very similar. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you
I
have
get
the
that.
guy that you think is the culprit, and that's, whatever the guy in Persona 4, and in Persona 5 it would be Akechi. And then you have the guy that's actually in control, which is Shido and Adachi.
Mhm.
And then you have the guy one step above him.
Just want to
Which
quickly
is
clarify
the-
something for the people watching. He refers to the politician in Persona
Yeah, the
4.
politician. Yeah, that guy. And then you have the guy that's one step above Adachi and Shido, which is like the guy that's in control, basically, of the Shadow,
Yeah.
the Persona realm, which
Yeah.
is
Who is false Igor? Which so
no,
real-
it would be Almighty, and then who? Because like on Persona 4 you have Almighty, and then you go one higher to the person that's behind everything, which is Izanami.
Yeah.
In Persona 5 you go Shido, and then Igor, and then who? Because Igor is Yaldabaoth.
Yeah.
So you're missing a step.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because it could be, when I got to the Holy Grail, I was like, oh, this is the guy. This is the Holy Grail. He's going to be the Almighty. And then it was just sort of like, no, that was just nothing. We're going to go straight to Yaldabaoth.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're missing a step. What's going on, guys?
Well, I mean, it's not like Persona 3 had that. It was like, oh, it's Nyx. By the way, it's Nyx. Did you hear about Nyx? And
well, it kind of did, though, because it's like, okay, first you have the guy. You have the guy with the ramen hair. I don't fucking remember his name.
You mean Jesus?
The glasses and the hair.
Oh, you're talking about, oh, God,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew his name for a bit.
Ikutsuki, I think?
Yeah.
Ikutsuki. That's how they said it. You have Ikutsuki, and then when you go up, like, the next step would be, what is their name? Fucking, who are those guys called?
The guys who were the Jesus
The
dude?
three.
Yeah,
the three people.
Wasn't
You
it
have those
Jesus
three.
guy first, then it was Ikutsuki? I forget. I'm forgetting.
No,
the
you
order.
fight, like, Ikutsuki dies before you even fight those guys.
Right.
Remember that you fight them immediately before Nyx.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, so there's Ikutsuki, and then there's those guys. I suppose there's only 3 levels there. And then there's Nyx. I don't know, is there one I'm forgetting?
No,
I guess not.
It's
But-
like, I think you fight Ryoji at one point for a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know, do you fight Ryuji?
I don't
Ryuji?
remember.
Fuck. I don't remember.
I don't know, like, honestly, out of the 3 games, I just like Persona 3 the most, so I tend to blank most of it out of my memory.
Anyway, you have the guy that you believe is, like, responsible.
Mm-hmm.
You have the person that is sort of, like, controlling them. You have the person that directly made the area, and then you have the guy that started everything.
Mm.
So, Nyx is the everything. Fuck. Who's below that? Who's the Tartarus boss? I don't know. Would it be Ryoshi?
I think it would be.
And then below them, it would be the whatever those guys. I don't remember the name of their
3,
team at all.
Yeah. I remember Chidori. That's about it.
I remember her. And the grenade guy.
Yeah, grenade guy was.
I guess. Anyway,
really
it's more comparing 4 and 5. And 4 and 5, they had a very similar structure. The way they were like, here's the culprit. He's not the culprit. Here's the actual culprit. Here's the guy controlling the culprit. And here's the guy in charge of everything.
And here's God.
Yeah, in Persona 4, that's the thing. They go one step higher. They're like, and there's God. But in Persona 5, they skip the person in charge of anything and go to God.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Like, I like the way Persona 4 did it better.
I also kind of like how, like, in if you really think about it, like, God didn't really do much other than guide the fight between Akechi and Akira. Everything involving, like, the palaces and Shido, just completely irrelevant in the long run of things.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He's like, oh, whatever, I'll just let you two fight it out if you want. But I mean, everything else, I don't care.
Yeah, like basically Igor's whole plot was like, I'm gonna, give this guy some strength. I'm gonna give this guy some strength, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah,
that's about it.
do the masses change? Or
I was actually very surprised that it was Yaldabaoth. I was expecting it to be the old, I don't remember his name at all, but it was like Philemon versus blank. I don't remember that guy's name.
Philemon?
You remember Philemon, right?
Philemon from Persona 1, yes. The guy with
Philemon.
the mask.
Well, no, not from Persona 1, from every game, because Philemon
Is the butterfly. Yeah.
Philemon is always like I remember what was it? It was like Philemon is like the good god entity that's always like trying to get it's the butterfly. It's the entity that is trying to get humans to win.
You're
and then there's
the guy who's from the Cthulhu mythos.
There's the opposite force. Yes, the Nega Philemon. What is his name?
I keep thinking Yggdrasil, but that's the tree of life. God damn it! It's the.
I'm just gonna type in.
He was the guy who played Hitler in Persona 2.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh. Hold on, I'm just gonna type in Philemon.
It's something like Y. It's like YZ or something.
Fuck. Come on. Where's Philemon? Come on. Shit, I can't even find the fucking Persona wiki on Philemon. Persona Philemon. Please, hurry up. There it is. Okay. Design, personality. Nyarlathotep.
Yes, no, Nartholotep.
Nyarlathotep.
The Yarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep?
Yep.
I've
Yes.
already said.
Thank you.
I've always said Nyarlathotep.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's
Anyway,
he's-
that's the guy, and I was like, oh, since we're going, this is what we're doing. We're doing a Philemon versus Nyarlathotep thing because that's what it's always sort of been. Because it's like, oh, this god wants to fuck things up, and Philemon wants to make
Protect
things
things,
good
yeah.
as hard as possible. But it wasn't that,
I mean,
which was really weird to me. It's like, who the fuck is this Yaldabaoth guy?
yeah. In Persona 3 and 4, he never really showed up. Like
No,
Nyarlathotep
but it was
never
still
existed.
like I don't know.
The butterfly.
It was
there,
it was the same role.
And
in a
even
way.
then, in Persona 5, the butterfly was Lavenza.
Yeah, which I also thought it was weird. Like, what the fuck? Who is this? Why is this not Philemon?
Okay, so
It's
real
like
quick,
Philemon and them. I don't even know.
this
Like,
is something I wanted to talk about for the longest time, actually. Before the game even came out, we watched a trailer, and when we watched that trailer together, you noticed that Igor's voice, he said, "Welcome to my velvet room."
right.
And I thought that was a nice little hint towards his actual identity. But the thing that I really hated was the voice actor, because I know the voice actor for Igor
Yeah.
passed away.
It was
so
actually that was the thing. That was really good because I remember hearing it was like, oh, the voice actor for Igor is dead. So when you see that it's a new voice actor and Igor has this deep voice, you don't think a second thing of it because it's like, oh,
didn't,
well, the
no,
voice
yeah.
actor died. So they have to be that way.
But I
And
was
it's
really
really,
pissed 'cause I'm
like- I don't know. It's a really weird like fourth wall way to trick you into not thinking about a detail.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I thought that was really smart. But
It was really cool.
going back to when we had first watched that trailer, I hated the voice because I'm like, it sounds nothing like the
Oh,
Igor
yeah.
we know and
Fuck
love.
that voice.
It's not like "Welcome to the Velvet Room." It's more like "Welcome to the Velvet Room."
Brr.
It's a complete like subversion of what we wanted.
Is a completely
And,
different
and,
voice.
and I was like, well, what the fuck? Why not just give the Japanese that voice actor and let us keep the original voice actor that isn't dead?
yeah, right.
And then he shows up at the last second, and I'm like, oh,
That was really
makes
cool.
so much sense.
It's like, oh my god, everything makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
That was the twist that turned like Igor was not Igor was like the best fucking thing. Because even when I looked at him in my S-Link list, it says prison warden and not Igor. And like I remember on day one, I was like, it's Igor. Why does it say prison warden? That's silly. And there's like, no, it's not fucking Igor. That's why.
Well, doesn't everyone usually have like a title instead of a name? Like if you look at Ryu,
I don't
it'd
know.
be
I
like
don't remember.
sports runner or like something really dumb.
Yeah,
I'll have to look into it again.
I don't remember. Yeah. But I remember looking at it say like prison warden, and I was like,
Yeah.
You mean Igor? Like,
Yeah.
no, we don't mean Igor.
So, how did you feel about the last two boss fights, the Chalice and Yoja, whatever the fuck his name is?
Yaldabaoth.
Yeah, roundabout.
I don't really. Well, I'll start at the Holy Grail, I suppose. Holy Grail was all right because like the whole time I was like, hey, this is Almighty, right? He was okay, I guess. I don't really remember a whole lot about him. I remember him being easy. Like, not really, but like barely even being a boss. He was just sort of like a gate. He was a stepping stone into the rest of the
If you
game.
damaged him, then he healed himself. If you didn't damage him, he hit you with light arrow, and that's it.
Yeah. As far as I remember, he was just like, I don't even remember how much of a boss he
I
was.
found that incredibly boring, because even
Yeah.
when you cut the cords and you became an actual boss fight, he wasn't a threat. He would
Yeah.
cast a spell,
He was-
and then I would heal it off and be just done with it. Like that.
When I was fighting him, I was like, because when I started fighting him, I was like, oh, this is the Almighty. But as time went on, it's like, this guy's not strong enough to be the Almighty. Like,
Yeah.
something's wrong here. So, there was that. And Yaldabaoth was, I mean, the way that fight ends is the fucking coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
The way that fight ends is so good.
Persona 5. How Satan saved Christmas.
It was so good. But the fight itself was like, it was alright. I don't really remember caring too much about it. And also, like, because like, I was so hyped because I was like, oh man, this music is going to be so good. And then it wasn't. So that really kind of shit on the fight for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if they said something or if there was some sort of trigger word or if there was some sort of hint that they gave. But it was right at that time that I was like, who is the ultimate fool persona? Who are they going to summon? Because, like, I know that... what was his name?
Arsene?
Arsene. I know that Arsene's gonna come back, but what the hell is he gonna turn into? Is what I started to think. Like right at that time, right as it was about to be summoned, I was like, who's it gonna be? Who could it possibly be? And then as you think of the themes, of the game, it's like,
Rebellion,
well, it would have to be the ultimate rebel. Like, who's the ultimate rebel? The person that rebelled harder than anybody has ever rebelled.
Ragnar the
like-
Blood Edge.
Well, Shadow the Hedgehog. And then, like, right as I'm piecing it together in my head, I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. You could summon Satan in other parts of this game. I have Satan, like, in my pocket. I could go pay
big titty Satan.
I could go pay $25,000 to summon him. What do you mean? It can't be Satan. That doesn't make sense.
No, it's
And then
Satan-il.
fucking Satan shows up. Satan-il.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Pillage them.
there it is. It's the Rebel King Hedgehog.
Yep.
Fucking Satan. It was really, really cool.
I actually
And
kind
it
of
was,
like the.
I like right as I'm realizing like it has to be Satan. It can't be anybody else. And that's the exact moment where they started to summon him out. It's like, oh fuck, it's Satan.
Yeah. I kind of like how in the previous games there was always like a theme throughout the games, and for the third game it was sacrifice. And so you got Messiah. In the fourth game it was seeing the truth, and this one is a bit like kind of vague.
Yeah.
How they explain that one is when Izanagi washes his face, and he creates Susanoo and I forget who else, but he washes his face and he clears his face. I think so. Yeah, he washes his face and clears his vision of all the musk and shit from the from hell. It's like, oh, that's Izanagi no Okami. It's like, oh, okay, that's very vague, and only the Japanese are really gonna get that.
Yeah.
And then
Just
here
was
it's
like-
rebellion, and it becomes Satan now.
It became fucking God and Satan.
Yeah.
Lucifer. Like I was, cuz that was the problem. Like, how are you going to emphasize the fact that this is actually Satan? Like, more than all the other Satans that I literally just summoned.
You mean Hallel, Lucifer,
Like,
and Satan?
Yeah, like, come on. How are you going to make one devil be, like, more significant than the other? It's really dumb when I looked at it, and he's like, Satan-il, and, like, what are you talking about, Satan-il? Like, you just made that name up. That doesn't exist.
I think that name might be, like, another thing, like, because in the Hebrew Bible, Hallel was the name of Satan. So there might be, like, another Bible where it's like, oh, yeah, his name is Satan-il.
Yeah, maybe. There might be something.
by the way,
I remember
actually-
the description being like, it's specifically right when he was rebelling. That's the specific Satan we're summoning.
Yeah, it's a timeline Satan.
It's just dumb. Yeah, fucking timeline. If Ganon wins, but the Satan doesn't go back in time and meet Majora's Mask, that's the Satan we're summoning.
Right.
What the fuck?
So, did you actually know where the name... Well, I keep forgetting it. It's, what, Yadabaoth?
Yaldabaoth? Yeah.
Okay, do you know what that actually means?
No, there was something about control. I don't remember.
No, actually, I was watching a video. It was like an analysis of the end of the game, and it states that the actual meaning of that name is false god.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I thought that was a nice little touch, because hearing a name like that, I'm like, okay, it's like whatever, it's Greek or it's fucking, Aztec or some weird fucking thing.
Yeah, when it showed up, I was like, what the fuck is that name? What is it? What the hell are you even talking about?
Yeah. By the way, did you notice the drawing of Igor's face on Yadabaoth?
No.
You didn't notice that? Like, on his face, if you look very closely, it's a clear drawing of Igor. It's like got big bulging eyes, it has like a nose down the center, and it has like a big creepy smile.
Hold on. I scarcely even remember what it looks like.
Fair
Let's
enough.
see. Fuck, I can't. Shit, you type Yaldabaoth into Google, you do not get Yaldabaoth. You get all sorts of Xenoblade, fucking... What is this?
Oh, I think it's time to play Xenoblade then. See how
What is all
Satan
this
gets into that
shit?
one.
Here's one. That's like concept art, though. Yaldabaoth Persona 5. That should work, right?
Hit 4.
Nope.
Demiurge.
So, no, I definitely
What's
didn't
Demiurge?
recognize it. Yeah, no, I
Really?
don't remember.
I got it right away. But I'm not really getting any close-ups of his face. That's my one issue, is I can't see his face too well.
Oh, here, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Do you have a close-up of his face?
I have like a picture that shows him.
Oh, okay. No, I got this one. So you can see like the big bulgy eyes. You can see that he has a triangular nose going downwards, and on the sides of the nose, which you can see like a big smile. It's a drawing of Igor's face.
Where are these big bulgy eyes?
Do you not see it on the little head with the wings?
Oh, on the little head? Oh, I don't have a picture of the head.
Are you looking at his like chest or something?
Yeah, no, I have a full body shot, like that
Oh.
the
Hold
shot
on,
that you actually have when you're playing it.
I'm sending you a link right now.
Okay.
This is good for the vocal only podcast.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, but no, yeah.
God. It's so tiny.
It's a.
Yeah.
How's it?
Oh,
tiny?
yeah, I see it. Yeah, no, I don't remember. When the fuck do you get a shot that's that close?
Probably when he's talking like, "Oh, you have the sin of man" or some shit.
Yeah, no,
anyways,
I was.
So,
I don't remember that. All right,
I feel like now we're getting close to the end of the podcast. Let's quickly talk
Are
about
we?
the boss fight. The last boss fight.
we cut short talking about the music though.
We did. Damn it.
What about the battle themes?
The battle theme?
Last
I like
surprise,
them.
mass destruction, or reach out to the truth.
Honestly, I think Last Surprise is my favorite. Like just
Okay, good.
normal enemy or normal enemy fight. I think I'll Face Myself is the best boss fight theme. And then for like unique bosses,
Yeah, I don't remember.
I would probably give it to
Yeah, I'll Face
Reincarnation.
Myself is definitely better, but I don't remember what it was in Persona 5. So, Last Surprise is definitely the best, like normal theme.
I thought Blooming Villain was the name of that theme, wasn't it?
I don't know. I feel like that might have been just for Akechi. I don't remember exactly.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it. But in the meantime, Persona 4's best theme was easily like Reincarnation of I'll Face Myself.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, like I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
quickly
definitely
mute my-
Persona 5
Yeah,
had.
no, Blooming Villain is just the boss theme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Persona 5 had like a lot more. Its lyrics were going a lot better than any of the other games because like you can actually
less
understand
English.
them.
Yeah,
But
and
like
less
if you
English.
actually like reading out the lyrics, everything like makes sense for what's going on. Because like Last Surprise's lyrics are like perfect because it's about like a surprise attack,
It's
like
an ambush, yeah.
surprise. It's about an ambush. It's about
What-
sneaking up and killing someone.
Whether it
like,
was you ambushing them or
fucking-
them ambushing you.
Yeah, like all the lyrics are about an ambush, and like oh, what the fuck was that sound?
Turning off my headset so I can listen to the theme.
God, okay. But yeah, all the lyrics are about like ambushing someone and killing them, and like that's what Last Surprise itself refers to is the surprise that kills you, the final surprise, the surprise attack, and then you have fucking Mass Destruction, which lyrics as
God,
complicated as baby 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 yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no.
and like reach out to the truth. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
There's actually more to it in
Like I'm looking at.
Mass Destruction's lyrics.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot going
the
on.
baby's just the intro.
But, like,
baby, baby, baby,
it's
baby,
not-
and then it goes.
It's
into,
not
like,
nearly
actual
as comprehensive as Last Surprise.
Hey man,
And reach out to the truth. I'm looking at its lyrics too. Like
you
you can't.
ever,
It's hard to make sense of them.
Sorry, can we add Persona Q's theme? Light up the fire in the night.
That's a very good theme.
It's a very good theme. Yeah.
Light up the fire in the night and Maze of Life. I don't know. I didn't play Persona Q, so I don't know where they play that. But those
Maze
are
of Life is just like
those
the
are real
intro
good
theme,
songs.
and
Oh, alright.
Light Up the Fire in the Night is the base battle theme, and there's two versions depending on what side you're playing as. If you're playing
That
as the Persona 3
reminds me,
side,
actually.
it's the better version in my opinion. In the Persona 4 playthrough, it's more kind of like instrumental
Yeah,
with
I
like
remember that.
brass instruments and stuff.
Speaking of which, the ending theme over the credits.
Not gonna lie, I actually
I don't like
changed
it at
the
all.
I changed the channel because I was talking to other people at the same time. So I was changing the channel so I could talk to them over Discord. So I didn't watch the credits.
You didn't watch the credits? Oh. Well, did you see the scene after the credits?
I did, yes.
Okay, good.
Thankfully, I'm like, okay, I gotta switch back to them. Probably at the main menu. And then I see the last cutscene, and Yusuke tries to step out of the van.
Yeah. Well, you should. Have you watched them since?
What?
They're
watch the
really-
credits or
Well, they're really stylish, so you should probably watch them. But they look really nice. The song that's over the credits is not nearly as good as Persona 4 or 3's. Like, it has no weight at all in my mind. Like, it just has no gravity or significance to it.
I'll have to listen to the 3 and compare them myself, but yeah.
But yeah, like, listen to Persona 5's because Persona 4's is fantastic, and Persona 3's is really, really fucking good too. Like, both of those games did a smart thing, and it's that, like, in Persona 4, Nevermore is playing constantly. It plays in every song in, like, the entire game. The moment you get to the main menu in Persona 4, it plays Nevermore.
Yep.
So you hear it and you'll recognize it. So the moment it starts in the credits, it has more impact because you've heard it before.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't know it.
It's more bombastic or whatever.
And Persona 3, I don't know which versions they did this in, but in FES, every time you start the game, it starts playing the credit song.
I honestly don't remember what it sounded like.
Well, you can look it up. But
boy.
every time you start the game, it does the little, like a little trailer or whatever, the intro.
Yep.
And, well, in FES, it's stupid because it's like it has gameplay in it, so it looks really shitty. But every time it has a short bit that's all animation, and it plays the song in that bit specifically, and it switches after a bit. So you'll always hear the opening part of that song, which is Kimi no Kyoku, and it's fucking fantastic because then when you get to the credits, it plays those notes, the ba-da-da-da, and you recognize it instantly because it's played every single time you start the game.
Okay.
And Persona 5 has nothing like that at all. It plays some random song that's not even very good at all. So,
well, I mean, it just, as you said, it has no weight in comparison
it has no
to the
weight.
other two.
So yeah, I
your
really didn't like it.
expectations are a little higher for that credit theme.
Yeah, because I have a lot of expectations for the credit themes because I really like the credit themes to both Persona 3 and 4.
Okay.
So when Persona 5 came around, and I was really hyped and ready for it. Same as Yaldabaoth's theme. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get the fucking radical theme right here because it's coming. Here it comes, and then it's nothing. I'm like, oh.
I don't know. It's very
fuck.
nocturne, and I liked it for that.
The ending theme?
No, not the ending theme. No, Yaldabaoth.
Oh, Yaldabaoth.
I didn't hear the ending theme. I was too busy talking to someone on
you
Discord.
should probably go back and listen to it.
I more than likely will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
so we didn't actually talk about the final boss fight. Hilariously enough,
Didn't we?
when I played that boss fight, I had kind of a strategy going in, and that was using Futanushi, and he is fucking broken in this game.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna lose me because I don't remember what personas I've
That was the
using at
persona
all.
you talked about in Persona 4, actually. The one that Chie gives you?
Oh, probably the guy that had like lots of swords floating around.
Yep, that guy.
I did use that guy a little bit in Persona 5, and then I upgraded to another guy. I think might have been Yoshitsune. It was a guy that was like I think he has like a white face, and he's in samurai armor, sort
White
of.
samurai armor, and he has like the sword over his shoulder.
Yeah, he has the sword over his shoulder. Yep.
Yoshitsune.
That's Yoshitsune? Okay. Yeah, I think that's who I was using, but I'm not certain. I remember I think he had like a ton of like, as far as I can remember, like whoever I was using had immunities to like nearly everything.
Nice.
So yeah, he didn't get nearly as powerful as good old Messiah, because I don't know if you remember, but my fucking Messiah was literally immune to everything.
I didn't have Messiah in 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that was it. If you don't beat Reaper and go into whatever the new area, it's harder to level. Yeah. It's harder to level yourself to a point where you can get Messiah.
I had like I think I had
and
like
he's already strong to everything, or I think, but it was like he had like you could. What was it? I think it was like his melee weaknesses, or like his melee, all of his melee types he wasn't strong to, and also he was weak to dark. Mm-hmm. But I finagled it so that he also had immunities to all physical types, and also was immune to dark.
Nice.
So he was indestructible.
For me, in the last boss fight, I had Futanushi because he had alley dance, which is half the accuracy of anyone attacking you.
Oh, yeah.
So the entire fight, Joker was just dodging shit constantly. He did get hit a couple times. He almost died a couple times too. And this is the only time in the entire game that I ever used a Soma. or items in general.
Yep.
Because I was really well prepared for the fight. And when he started bringing out the extra arms to cast stuff on me, I was just really kind of patient, and I would only focus like one arm, and then I'd let the other 3 live, because the other 3 weren't a threat. If the sword one did physical damage, I had Ryuji and Yusuke, and Yusuke would dodge shit or get hit and nearly die, or just straight up fucking die. Ryuji would be good because he's defensive against that sort of thing, and the protagonist would dodge it because Futsunushi.
Yeah, I don't remember what was going on my end very well, because I don't remember having any problems, at least.
Yeah.
I don't think I died to him.
I didn't either.
I don't remember him being especially tough.
He dropped my health down a couple times, and at one point he had 2 people dead. But then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the big Ray move," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll just revive Makoto and then revive Yusuke and then have Makoto heal us, and then we'll guard and we'll be fine." No problem, guy.
Yeah, and also at that point I had the ultimate, the ultimate spells of everyone. Mm-hmm. So it was like I don't remember them exactly, but it was like
Burning Hell.
Burning Hell is definitely one I remember. What else was it? I think, did Makoto have like a nuke something?
I don't remember. I just remember Ryuji had God Hand, which I didn't have.
Ryuji did have God Hand.
For me, he's still using I actually forget the name of it now. It's the one just below God's Hand.
It was like a Vorpal Blade, maybe?
No. It's more of like a crushing attack than a slashing attack.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also had, actually, it was a Brave Blade for Yusuke.
Yeah, for me, it was Brave Blade for Futsunushi.
Well, also, that was the thing. He was getting Brave Bladed from every fucking angle, because I had it on Joker, and I also had it on Yusuke.
Nice.
I think.
Yeah, I think for my team, it was like Ryuji was there so he could charge and use physicals. Haru was there at the beginning because
there was some sort of Haru had some sort of ultimate psycho ability. I think someone did at least.
Like for some reason, I was under leveled. Like I didn't have everyone's ultimate skills. I don't know why.
But I think that might have been the place where I grinded more than any other in that game. Like literally the place directly outside of Yaldabaoth's
a
place.
buddy of mine was telling me about that, where he would just go after the 2 guys who had the glowing red, because that's Mara and someone else, and he would just freeze Mara and then beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, like I was in a good rhythm where it's like I was grinding those people out. Whoever was in front of Yaldabaoth, I had a system down on how to kill them, and I was killing them left and right.
Same thing for my buddy.
Because not because I needed the levels especially, because those came naturally, but because I needed the money. So because the fucking twins, which I forgot that we haven't talked about yet, the twins' ability for you to purchase personas that are a higher level than you is so fucking powerful. It is so good. It is the best ability that has ever existed. It is so good. Like I got Yoshitsune also like 20 levels before I should have actually been able to get him. Yeah. That is such a good ability. It is amazing. Because you can just buy, and it's crazy that they let you use the stuff that you've bought because it was higher than you to fuse into other stuff that's still higher than you. So you're level 70 and you're fusing a level 80
92.
And like 2 level 80s into a level 90 something.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? This is nonsense.
It's good.
But if you have the money, you can do it. And that's what I did. That's how I fucking destroyed Yaldabaoth, because I had ridiculous high-level stuff that I shouldn't have.
I did the same thing. Like I did everything I could to get as many personas as high level as possible. I think I was like level 69 at the end of the game. I had a couple personas that were in like level 86. I think was the highest, which was Futsunushi.
Shit, I don't remember what level I was at. Usually, I don't know.
But yeah, so I had a bunch of them. I remember having Trumpeter. Again, I always have Trumpeter for some reason. Debilitate is
great. Debilitate.
Fucking so good. But the thing is, like during that
I
boss
definitely
fight,
had him in my pocket. I don't think I used him a whole lot.
During that boss fight, I only used Trumpeter once, but the entire fight I used Futsunushi because I didn't need anyone else.
Yep. You don't really need to be switching left and right. I don't remember really having a whole lot of trouble because Futsunushi is so fucking strong.
Mm-hmm. Being able to dodge everything and do...
Or Yoshitsune, rather.
Damage.
Yeah, Yoshitsune is the one I had.
Yeah. Colossal physical damage plus charge plus bonus to damage.
I think. Which one was higher level, actually? Futsunushi or Yoshitsune?
Yoshitsune.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got to Yoshitsune. Yeah. Yoshimitsu is not Yoshitsune.
Shut up. Yes, it is. I played Tekken.
But yeah, that was, yeah. I really like everything going on with the personas because like that ability made it so fucking cool, and I definitely want to play New Game Plus because I remember like I didn't play a whole lot of Persona 4 New Game Plus, but I was really excited to like purchase because I played it for about just a few minutes, and I was really excited when I got to buy Black Frost. Yeah. So early game, you're basically indestructible because no one can touch him.
Yeah.
No one can touch Black Frost. Yeah. So like
for me actually,
I can't wait to do that again in Persona 5 with Yoshitsune and just completely destroy everything.
So I was at a friend's house and I was playing. I brought my memory card and I played Persona 4 at his house, just show him what it was like. And I was playing my New Game Plus. And the first thing I did is I bought Pabilskag, which is I think he's a Emperor Persona in Persona 4. He's like a human coming out of a shell or something. I forget what he looks like. I think he was like a crab. But yeah, I used him and he was stupid powerful. He had like, I think he had a colossal or severe damage. I think it was severe physical damage. And I just breezed through Yukiko's dungeon, killed everything dead super quick. And then I got to Kanji's dungeon and I got halfway through it before accidentally hitting someone who had high counter or one of the other counter types. Immediate kill to protag. I hadn't saved the game since Chie first found out about the TV world.
God. That's terrible.
Yeah. Bad luck on my part.
I would just quit the game at that point.
Yeah, that's why if you're doing something like that, you gotta have someone who's immune to their own element, or at least strong to it, so they can possibly survive.
Also, fucking, we haven't even mentioned it yet, but this game, literally the best menus of any game ever.
Yes.
No game has ever been made with this quality of a menu.
Step on me, Akira Daddy.
God damn, it's so fucking good. It's so high quality. It's ridiculous how much work they put into it.
Yeah, I can't even think of a game that has ever come close to having as good of a menu
There's
system.
nothing. Literally nothing puts that kind of effort into it. Like, the best I can think of is I really remember every time I would pause the game in Red Dead Redemption, I would try and get it on a cool like Vista or something so that it looked cool. Because it makes the whole screen red and black.
Yeah, kind of like Persona 5, actually.
Kind of like Persona 5. But I remember that being really cool.
That was a good one.
But there's nothing that's ever done it to that ridiculous level.
The only thing I can think of is like Borderlands and Dead Space, where they have like the projection in front of the main character.
Yeah.
Like those are good, but
Dead Space
they're not
maybe,
stylish.
but it's like it's not stylish. It's just like
It's immersive.
It's yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know. Like, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, like everything about the game is super stylish. Like just the changing of the days and going
of the days, like, fucking
when you
the
look
year 20XX.
Yep. Where's Mega Man?
Yep. 20XDX. So stupid.
Yep.
I love it.
X is gonna give it to you. But then there's also like just the basic things like the when you're loading in between days and it shows like the night sky.
Yeah, I like when you're loading and
people are
it's
talking.
like it says in the bottom right corner, just take your time.
Yeah.
And he's just
like
hovering there. It's like, take your time.
Okay, so real talk.
And then at the Hawaii level, it changes.
Yes,
it's so good. It's so fucking good.
He has like the little it's not a boa. It's a the flowers. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the little the lei, I think.
I think it's called a lei. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the game is so goddamn stylish.
That's so fucking cool. Good. And it's like I didn't think about it for a while, but it really makes sense that the loading screen says it like that. It's him thinking, and it says take your time.
Yeah.
That's because the entire perspective of the game is him relaying the story to Sae.
Yeah.
So anytime he's sitting there thinking about the details, she would just be sitting there like, take your time.
Nah,
like, go ahead, think about it, take your time.
I didn't think about that. I was honestly thinking it was just a joke about thieves. They take things. Ha ha
ha. No, that could be that too.
There are
like,
two
take
kinds of people
your
in the world.
time.
We're gonna
No,
take
I was thinking
world.
it's like, no, if you're thinking about this in the perspective of Sae questioning Akira, she's just sitting there waiting for him to get to the next detail.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, take your time.
Remember when she told him about the time? Sorry, remember the time where he told her about the time that he just fucking went to the bath every day for like a week?
Yeah.
Gotta max out that charm.
And then I went to the batting cages and I missed every fucking ball.
Really? I actually I had the achievement for getting the home run.
Oh, I didn't. I only went there like once. I don't care about this.
I went there one day, and I'm like, I'm gonna just keep reloading my save until I get this.
Well, you got to fuck Haru, and I didn't. So this explains things.
Yeah.
Also, it was weird at the end of the game there. Like, Sai almost alludes to the thing that I was complaining about earlier, how it seemed like someone is missing. And Sai, at the end, when you're in Juvie, she's like, it almost seems like too perfect, doesn't it? It almost seems like there's someone else. It almost seems like there was someone orchestrating the whole thing, doesn't it? Sai says, with like flexing her eyebrows aggressively.
Well, not Igor. She was hinting at Yeldabeth.
I guess it seemed to me like she was like trying to imply another character.
No, you're right. She is implying the main antagonist of Persona 5 Dancing All Night.
What?
Did you not hear about that? You told me about this.
No, don't you mean Persona 5 Dancing Star Night, you moron?
Oh, whatever. Isn't it called Omega Night, or am I thinking of Persona 3?
No, it's Dancing Star Night and Dancing Moon Night.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, don't even try
I fucking hate you, Japan.
Omega Dance Night and Alpha Ruby Sapphire Night.
Omega Red.
Omega Red, though.
Do you not know who Omega Red is?
I do.
Okay.
God damn it.
Yes. So dumb.
God damn, it's so dumb. I can't... Did you hear the song in the background of Persona 5's trailer, though?
The Wake Up, Get Out There one?
No. What?
Wake Up, Get Out There.
No, that's not the background of Persona 5's trailer. No, the Dancing Star Night trailer.
Oh no! You showed it to me. It's really catchy. Yes.
Yeah, the song in the background of that one is
super
so
jazzy.
Good. I can't wait for those games to come out just because I want those remixes. They're so good.
I will probably listen to the remixes on YouTube, and I will not play the games.
I will listen to them on YouTube and not play the games. Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay, good. Because I know a buddy of mine who really likes those games, so he's gonna enjoy them.
I don't give a fuck about the dancing games. I just want the song.
He's gonna enjoy himself some Omega Star, whatever the fuck it is, Star Night, Moon Night probably. I don't know if he liked 3 or not, but whatever. He's gonna play those games. He's gonna like them, and I'll be like, good. How's the music?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look up the music online as soon as they come out.
Yeah.
Because that's all I care about. Until we get Persona 5 karting all afternoon.
Yep.
Can't wait.
And Persona 5 Golf.
Yep. Take your shot.
Persona QT.
3.14?
Yeah. 358 over 2.
Well, there is going to be the Persona Q5.
Yeah.
Persona Q2 or whatever the fuck they're calling it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like we've kind of just devolved into stupid. I think we're done here.
Bullshit. We started with stupid.
Yeah. We started at the bottom. We're still here.
Yep. We didn't move.
Yep.
I don't know. Is there anything else going on?
So trying to think about like anything.
Like who did you not social up? Like, cause
the governor,
the
guy.
gun store guy. I didn't fucking talk to him at all.
I got him to like 6, but the governor, dude, the guy you were talking
about. The governor,
earlier,
yeah.
I didn't talk to him.
I
didn't do the fortune teller. I think that's it. I think those are the 2 that I didn't.
What about Oya?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I got her.
Everyone forgets. Oh yeah.
The Devil Arcana. Yes.
Yep.
I got her to like 4 or 5.
I think I did like 2 maybe. I was like, fuck this. I hate this person.
Like her ability is nice, but
her abilities. I don't think they are nice. That was the thing. I looked at her abilities. Like, these are stupid, and I don't care about them.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, like it's nice to have, but it's nothing special. Like it's like oh whoop-de-doo, I can just lower the detection rate back down.
Yeah, I don't care about the detection rate. I don't think my detection rate ever went over 10, which is what you get when you get detected once.
The only time I ever had it go above like 40% is because the cover Oh, sorry. This is something I really wanted to talk about. The cover mechanics work most of the time. But when they don't work, they can fuck you over.
Well, yeah, it's annoying when you're trying to aim at something and you attack the guy instead. Because
no, not even that. It's like I want to go over to the cover. Like I'm at one side of cover, and it's like ambush this guy. I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait for him to turn his back and walk away. Then I'll go over to the next piece of cover. Excuse me. But instead, my character stays on the same piece of cover, but switches to a different side where the enemy can now see me, and he rushes my ass while I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened. And then I get ambushed, I get killed, and I have to redo an hour of gameplay.
I don't think I ever got seen while I was in cover. Like, even if I was clearly, obviously in their line of sight, I don't think I was ever seen while in cover.
Yeah, for me, that happened all too often, honestly, because the cover system sometimes just fucking died on me. It was,
fuck, there was something else. Shit, there was something earlier that I like, jogged my memory. I was like, no, I'll come back to that later. But, I don't remember it, by the way.
Yeah,
what was your, your squad, usually?
for the most, actually, unlike Persona 3 and 4, where I had an exact squad I would never change out, 5, I felt like I had to constantly change them up. I felt like I needed to have Makoto at these moments. I needed to have Haru at these moments. I needed Ryuji here. I needed Yusuke here.
They were way much better about that in this game because there was always the squad in Persona 4.
Yeah.
But these ones, because of Mishima, I think that's his name, right?
Bonus.
Because of Mishima's abilities, like, everyone's viable now, which is really good. It's good that they fixed that.
I did have Yusuke for most fights that weren't boss fights.
That's the thing. I still had like a default that I went back to. Like, I'll switch people in when I need them, but for the most part, it's like, okay, it's going to be Yusuke, Makoto, and Ann. And I'll switch Ann in and out whether or not I need Ryuji. Morgana was almost never in my party.
Really? Morgana was almost exclusively my healer in combat.
Well, that's the thing. Morgana was exclusively my healer when I was done with combat and needed heals.
Yeah. For me,
I never put Morgana into combat.
It was Makoto and On for me with that one because Morgana learned Salvation eventually. I didn't get Salvation, but having known that, I'm like, okay, she's clearly he is clearly the healer. I'll make him my healer in party, and I'll use Makoto because she's really more for me. She was more of a healer buff character than a damage dealer.
Oh, she was a damage dealer for me. Yeah, Morgana never entered combat.
See, if I needed a nuke character, I would use Akira. Unlike Persona, I would use Akira.
A nuke. Yeah, if someone would nuke spells. But yeah, it wound up that, and I think it's kind of fitting considering the way the game paints you and Makoto. But usually, yes, Akira and Makoto were both slinging nuke spells usually.
Yeah. For me, it was like pretty much Akira was everything. What he's supposed to do, That's
he does everything.
But I didn't really have a particular element that he was using constantly because the enemies were always changing up, or they would have no weaknesses, and I would just go physical.
There was a period of time where it seemed like they forgot about nuke and psychic, so I was trying to get nuke and psychic abilities onto Joker because it seemed like people rarely had resistances to them.
Yeah.
Later on in the game, they were like, oh, right, these abilities exist. But early on, nobody has any resistance to them. So I tried to stack them up as much as I could.
Mm-hmm. I can't really think of anything else to really talk about at this point. I think we've kind of covered all our bases.
Sure, there's something else.
Oh, there more than likely is. Well, if there is, we'll mention it in the comments. Just like a little quick mention of it. But
maybe.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. I'm done with this.
Well, I have to go to the bathroom, so.
That's great. Take your time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for actually sticking by and listening to this 2-hour-long
Thank
nonsense.
you, that one guy, for listening to this.
Thank you,
even
Jeff.
though it's whatever number of months after fucking Persona 5's actually come out.
Oh yeah, really, this is my fault.
So why would anyone even fucking watch this? It's all your fault.
I don't know. People like to hear people talk about things they like. I like hearing people talk about For Honor because I like For Honor. People hate For Honor. I like to hear their opinions on it.
Yeah, I didn't care about For Honor.
I like Brink. People hate Brink. I like to hear what they have to say about Brink. Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. And if there is another game that we both are really hyped about, we'll probably do another podcast about it.
Will we?
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann when?
When I decide to actually watch it, which is never.
Never. That's right.
I'm sorry, I got so bored by that show.
Well, that's because you're a fucking idiot.
Sure.
You that goddamn. That's.
I'm the kind of guy who.
You're so fucking stupid.
I'm the kind of guy who liked Grimgar.
That is the
Ash.
stupidest fucking reason ever. It's like, oh, Gurren Lagann's boring. You didn't fucking watch it if you think that. God damn.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I just have a different opinion than you.
You didn't watch it.
Alright, is this still part of the podcast?
You didn't fucking watch it. I watched 50 episodes of Eureka 7. I can say I fucking hate it.
Yeah, that's fine. If you decide to keep watching
if you watch 5 fucking episodes and say it's stupid, no, I'm a moron.
I didn't say it's stupid. I said it was boring to me because I just disliked what is going on.
That is just the most stupid. Considering what Gurren Lagann is, that'd be like you listen to the fucking opening song of, like, oh my god, that'd be like you listen to the sound that it makes when you switch between items on a main menu in Persona 5, and you're like, oh, the music's shitty. Music's garbage in Persona 5, because I heard that sound that it makes when you switch between objects on the menu, and I can tell that the music's bad. Like, you didn't even fucking listen to the music. It hasn't even fucking started to play.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
It's fucking moron. Saying Gurren Lagann's boring. You're fucking crazy.
Is the
Done.
podcast over?
It's over now. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.